sound right for a Sunday 1 o'clock start. Advantage us in terms of rest.
So Norwich goes from seeing the top team in the Futures League by way of the FCBL standings. The team currently in the basement right now, Westfield, but they're not far behind Norwich. They're also not far out of the playoff picture either. It is a mess right now, 4 through 7, and that's what you want. A lot of chaos right now. Approach for this group against the Starfires, come out of this All-Star break with a big win.
Yeah, throw it right into it. You want to use everything you got here. Just note that most of the pitchers are going to be available. Joe Pitts is going to get the start today, which is great. And then you turn the page into the All-Star break. Who knows, you rip off 6 or 7 in a row, post All-Star break, and then you're right in a great spot, either in a playoff position or right knocking on the door.
We've talked about the pitching staff. They issued the 10 free passes in that series finale against Vermont, pounding the strike zone. I know we can't stress it enough, but what does that do for this group when they're in the zone, letting the defense behind them make the plays?
When they're in the zone and the defense does not commit any errors, this is a very hard baseball team to beat. Any baseball team would be hard to beat in that situation because all you have to do is score 3 or 4 runs and you probably win the game. Just make it simple on yourself. This homestand has been very difficult on the bodies and the mind, and I think that's been a thing. Hitters have been pressing themselves. Pitchers are missing the zone. Defense is not being played at the highest level at times. It all just needs to come together, put all your eggs in one basket for the next 3 hours, and then take the next 4 days.
Offensively, we've talked a lot about this thing getting too big in their approach. This is a big ballpark at Dodd Stadium. You're not going to hit very many home runs here. How do you simplify things? And I think most importantly, we've spoke a lot about manufacturing runs.
Yeah, just manufacturing runs. Take the walks like you were a couple weeks ago. Reach on errors like you did on Wednesday night. Down and low. However you have to do it. Just find a way. But it doesn't happen without an approach. Go up to the plate knowing that's an option and not go up there knowing, oh, I have to get a hitter. It's open.
The starts to the game so important. Mm-hmm. You want to come out firing on all cylinders. How do you control that energy?
You control it in the sense of starting early, maintaining energy to start with, and it's going to tamper down by the 3rd or 4th inning. It's just natural at that point. Find a way to boost it up a little bit, and then you get to the 9th inning, you have everything behind you in no situation. Should you not even lose the game, you should be the team that's in control the entire way.
We've spoke about this group being fatigued as far as the arms were concerned. A lot of guys are going to be up and available. Does that change the way you manage the game, knowing, hey, you can go to a guy a little bit sooner in the ball game because you got some more support behind him rather than trying to force the guy back out there to maybe get you an extra out when, hey, let's be honest, you got 10, 11, 12 available arms to get you through a ball game to spot yourself a win.
Yeah, totally available, right? It gets his job a lot easier. I can, have a really short leash and not have to feel guilty about it because I did everything that I can. But also at the same time, it gives the pitchers an option to be available for the ball game, know that they could be possibly going in, and knowing that everything is going to one basket, it keeps them on their toes at the same time.
We will take our first time out on the Sea Unicorns Capital Property Group pregame show. On the other side, let's speak with the manager, Zach Gitcher, on the Clubhouse Report.
You buy better.
Better with Burns.
Much better.
So much better with Burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better with Burns.
You buy better at Burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices.
You buy better with Burns.
You buy better at Burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options.
Out of here a little earlier, probably go home, hang out a little bit, probably get some food, and kind of just like build those relationships. I think that's really important, and it freshens up some guys' legs and keeps them loose for today.
Yeah, and you mentioned this has been a big week here at home. The pitching staff also gets a day off as well. How does that become a helpful tool with only one game before the All-Star break?
No, I think it's good. I think we'll have a fully loaded pen today and just be ready to go for that. Pitts has the ball, so we'll just kind of take it from there.
Absolutely. Pitts on the mound has been electric all year long. What do you think are some of the things that have been working for him so far this year?
I think he's done a really good job. I know the numbers may not show that, or they do. I haven't really looked at I try not to look at too many guys' stats. But for the most part, I think he's had really good outings, and it's really just been one inning almost every time out that's hurt him. And a lot of times it's what it comes down to is it's just our defense. Like, we just tend to make some mistakes for them. So,
Also, having that off from the offensive side of things, it's been kind of a struggle the last couple of games, whether that be Thursday, whether that be Friday night as well. How does that also help with the day off to kind of clear the memory?
yeah, I think it gives guys a fresh reset, Not playing last night helps because there's nothing that you can carry into today. So I think for them, it's just really about resetting, play tomorrow as hard as you can, or today as hard as you can, and kind of go from there.
Yeah, being able to play as hard as you can. It's only one game before the All-Star break. You kind of throw everything out there in a controlled way, right? Whether it be all the tools on the bench, all the tools in the bullpen. How do you also find a way to manage that post-All-Star break as well?
Yeah, I think it just comes down to we have 4 days off after today, and what it comes down to is kind of sell out, use everything we got today, and then the guys have a fresh reset. They get to go home, or if they're able to, see some family, see some friends, hang out, and then come back fresh after the All-Star break and make that one final push for the playoffs.
Yeah, one final push coming after the All-Star break. However, today, business to be taken care of. The Westfield Starfires are in town for the final game before the All-Star break. This has been the Clubhouse Report with manager Zach Gitcher.
Great stuff, as always, chatting there with the skipper, Zach Gitcher. Well, he designs the lineup card. We only have one final lineup before the All-Star break, and how about we start right at the top? This group is well rested at the day off yesterday. Kenny Noe now, a couple of days off. He starts the lineup for Norwich in a very similar top of the order. TJ Bayer, Matt Park, Jackson Powers, a group we have become accustomed to seeing the top four in this lineup.
Yeah, it's been the top four that's been universal here for the last probably week or so. In whatever order that is, whether it's in the order it is today, just flip-flop them here and there. It's great to have some solidified top four.
It is CJ Nolan, a guy that has started to string a nice month of July together, batting over the 350 mark in the month of July. What have you seen from him?
Just to get a more of a consistent approach. He's a little more calm up there. It was great to see that triple the other night that he hit him into left field. Really don't see that very often. Able to read the throw very well. I think he's just seeing the game a lot better here this month.
Henry Ayers hits behind him. He's the designated hitter. You really like him as the DH.
Yeah, I really do like him as the DH. I think the last couple times he's been the DH, he's been kind of swinging for the fences, which is fine in some situations. However, we've been down in both of those games. More solidified approach, use the opposite field, shorten up the swing. I think he'll be all right.
Taylor Kaufman slots back in. He will bat seventh. What do you want to see out of the Norwich right fielder?
Well, first the defensive side. That has to, be solid all night. The wind is whipping here. Find a way to read the ball as well. Go out in, the early stages in the morning here. Find a way to get out, take some reps out there. And then on the offensive side, take some walks. I think he's been really good in that department throughout the year. Find a way to get yourself on, push it to the 8 and 9 spots, and then flip it over.
How about that 8 and 9 spot? They've been really productive for Norwich. It is Jake Howlett over at first base. He will bat 8th, and Bryce Miller follows right behind him. He's the backstop tonight. What do you want to see out of that group trying to turn the lineup over?
Well, especially with the top four that Norwich has going tonight, you have to just find a way to get them as many opportunities as possible. Whether that's reaching on errors, whether it's hits, whether it's home runs, whether it's whatever. You have to find a way to reach. You got to give them 4 at-bats tonight, I think, to have the best chance possible.
This group trying to ignite the offense behind Joe Pitts, who is on the rubber for this one here today, the Yukon product. What do you want to see out of JP?
Yeah, JP, if he can get to the 3rd or the 4th inning, I think that's a win. He averages right around 2 innings a start, or an appearance, if you will. And I think if we can get him in the 3rd, the 4th inning, the bullpen is available. Pretty much all of it at this point, with the day off yesterday and the All-Star game being tomorrow. Got to find a way to get it to them with the lead.
A guy that oftentimes gets into jams, but he does have a really nice strikeout pitch, plus fastball. How do you control the zone?
Well, you control it by commanding it early. Find a way to get strike one in the count, and then in the game, try to find a way to set the tone. This Westfield team is very good at putting the ball in play, and they did a really good job last night against a great Nashua pitching staff. They're going to find ways to put the ball in play, but you have to minimize it on your end.
Westfield coming off a game in which they shut out the Nashua Silver Knights. A group that's playing some better baseball right now is Westfield. How important is this game today?
That's vital, especially for them going into the break, trying to catch up. There's not much separation between spots 4 through 7. I believe it's 4 games at this point. They win it here tonight after yesterday night's win. Find a way to kind of chip away after the All-Star break. They can very well find themselves in a playoff position.
We'll take a timeout right here. Don't want to miss it. We're just getting started. Capital Property Group pregame show continues right after this.
You buy better,
Better with Burns.
much better.
So much better with Burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better with Burns.
You buy better at Burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
You buy better.
So much better with Burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better with Burns.
You buy better at Burns. You buy better.
Welcome to Behind the Ink. Our first person we're talking to is Bryce Miller. Bryce has a half sleeve. Let's take a look at it right here. So he's got this side, and then flip over, and then he's got that side. First off, why did you get it? Let's start there.
Yeah, so I'm Chamorro from Guam and Filipino, so I wanted just to represent my culture everywhere I go. So I know
Okay.
there's strength through a tough journey, or like have someone with you through navigation. So
Okay.
navigating a new part of my life, going into college,
Okay.
moving across the country, and then you have spears going this way, shark teeth going down, same as spears here. Those mainly just mean about strength and just, like I said, perseverance and grit and just
Beautiful.
getting through everything.
Okay.
Then you have ocean symbols here, waves and mountains. Those represent how like the water brings everything together. So the water like brought our families together and stuff like that. And then you have the honeycombs, which is kind of goes along with the dolphin, which is community. So it's just really nice piece. Shout out to Marvin, my artist. He also did my dad.
Okay.
Got him right with his tattoos. So, like I said, just representing the culture and
Beautiful.
a lot of meaningful symbols in there.
Yeah, I think when you get a tattoo, it's so important to have meaning behind it. And there's
sure,
so
yeah.
many pieces that I didn't even see, that the whale tail underneath here, and then the dolphin here. Like,
Yeah.
that's so cool to see all of that. And for it to mean something to you, I think it's the best part about it. It
Right.
has true value. You're looking at it every day. You
Exactly.
got to have something with true value.
Yes, sir.
A little added piece outside of baseball, outside of kind of the game. What is your advice to people getting their first tattoo?
I would say that, I mean, I've always thought that it has to have some meaning, kind of like you said. You can't just get an impulsive one. So this took a lot of thought in going into it. Had to convince my parents to get it before my 18th, but I was like, hey, I want to get it before baseball season. So got them to kind of convince them. But I
Yeah.
would say make sure it's meaningful. You have it for the rest of your life, so it's got to mean something to you.
Beautiful. Got to mean something new. That's the big thing. This is the first episode of Behind the Ink with Bryce Miller.
Thank you.
Great stuff, as always, by you going behind the ink, Bryce Miller. How much fun is it to learn some of that side from the guys?
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, to share their stories beyond baseball is always something you're looking for. It's just an added layer to their personalities.
No doubt about that. How about we go into the outfield now? A little conversation with Taylor Kaufman and Jacob Snyder.
All right, we're back here in the outfield this time with my guy Taylor Kaufman, Jacob Snyder. And I have to ask about the relationships on the year. First off, did either of you know each other before the year?
No, he's from California. I'm from PA, so.
Well, let's take
Big
your
difference.
perspective first. What was getting to know this guy over the last couple weeks?
Oh, it's been a blast. We're in different spots. You know, I'm a grad transfer. He's rising into college, so 2 different spots, but it's been fun. We lived together over with Adam, so shout out Adam. And yeah, it's been just a blast this summer. Good to have Jake pulling up.
100%. And as a riser, it's a little bit different of a situation. You're going into college for the first time. You're also playing baseball side by side. What can you learn from Kauf in that situation?
Just a lot of stuff about baseball, life. Just a lot of good advice comes from this guy. And
Okay.
I appreciate it.
What's one piece of advice you've learned so far?
Oh, geez.
Anything.
Anything?
Like, Kauf's a good-looking dude. Like, that's a good piece of advice to learn.
How to get a jersey Mike sub.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we could say that.
What is the right way to get a jersey Mike sub?
Hit on the worker.
Mike's way? Which way Mike's way, though?
All the way.
All the way. Okay. I like it. And then for you, having a younger guy live with you, what does that teach you?
You know, it's good because I'm moving into a new role, pulling up to a new school as a grad transfer. You're gonna be an older guy, so it's fun to be able to talk. I mean, like I said to Jake a few times, like I'm probably like 500, 600 college at bats in my career. So
Right.
there's a lot of mental experience and physical experience that we could talk through. And yeah, it's good. It's like practice before I go over to Fordham next year.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see them, another D1 Jesuit school, which will be fun to experience as well. Anyways, that's a two-way. How does that go?
I basically did both my whole life, so and I've kind of just developed as both.
Okay.
And I guess we'll just see how it plays out,
Beautiful. That's fine.
All right, Logan.
KP.
Maybe we're in the worst place of all time to do an interview.
I know. That's a two-way? Young, old?
Other way around.
Old,
young.
Young?
Yep.
Great experience, especially that's what Summer League's all about. You get to meet all these new people, you get to live together.
There we go.
And that's all it is TJ Bayer's going to make a play right here behind us. This has been another edition here in the outfield. Taylor Kaufman, Jacob Snyder. Good to be with you.
Great stuff catching up with our guys during BP. I'm in a BP top myself, which means maybe I should grab a bat myself. Let's go into the batting cage. Joe DeLanzo, Logan Rundy's in there with me. Grab your popcorn. I'm going to try and learn how to swing a bat.
Welcome in the batting cage. We have Joe DeLanzo, our hitting coach, and we have our play-by-play commentator, Adam Plager. Plager doesn't know how to hit at all, so Joe's going to teach him in the next 2 minutes. Let's go.
All right, Adam, try to get in the box. Just back up a little bit. No, this way. Back of the box. Yeah, you want your left foot line up right here. Just kind of like a safe, yeah. It's kind of like a standard. All right.
Yep.
So we got a few. All right. So back up that way a little bit to give yourself some room. All right. There it is. All right. Let's see a practice swing first. All right, it's not that bad. All right. Let's see another one. Yeah, there it is. All right. You got to loosen up a little bit.
Okay.
Now, we're gonna hit off this tee, right? So your goal, you want to make sure you go right back up the middle, right where the pitcher is. Where the pitcher
Where should I
would be.
stand?
You're right there. Right there
Right
where you're
here.
at.
I'm not too far.
Not too far right now. Let's see. Yeah, no, you should be good. So
You want me to take a swing
I
here?
want you to take a swing. Oh. What do you got? It broke the tee. Also, I thought you were outside that entire time, but it's all right. It'll be fine. Here
right.
it is. So
what happened there? It got too big?
yes, you got to make sure you keep your eye on the ball, one. And two, because when you were swinging, your bat was back here and your whole body already moved and your head was up.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you keep everything compact and on the baseball, right? So keep your eye on it. And now just focus about hitting the baseball. You don't have to hit it 110 miles an hour. Just worry about hitting the baseball right back to the L screen here.
Same spot with my feet?
Yes. It's a pretty standard spot.
All right, here we go. Why is that happen?
Well, because you're hitting the bottom of the tee. You're hitting more of the tee than
So
you
I need
are.
to get higher.
Try to hit the top of the baseball here, the top half.
Okay.
All right? Because that might flatten you out a little bit.
So I'm getting underneath it right now?
Correct.
Got it.
Keep your front shoulder on the ball as long as possible, right? So keep this here as long as you can, right? Straight. Keep it here. Swing. It's going to turn naturally, but you don't want to swing with your upper body, right? You don't want to pull off.
So turn?
Turn. You're going to turn,
Yep.
but you don't want to turn this way.
Yep.
You want to turn more with your arms, right? So keep them a little more closer here. Ready? That triangle. Ready? Loosen up. Elbow bend. Come on, you got it.
Yeah.
There it is. Now, right through. Before, you were just doing this. Don't move the bat. You were just moving this way. All right? So you want to let this go, and then as you turn, it's going to open up.
Got it.
There it is. That's better.
There we go.
See if you do it again. Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
You're right.
So let's see.
Here?
There it is. All right. Better. Good job.
Well, I don't think any amount of teaching can save players hitting, but Joe DeLanzo is an absolute pro, one of the hardest guys to strike out in college baseball this year. We'll still work on it with Plager. It's been in the cage with Joe DeLanzo Logan Ruddy, and Adam Plager.
We're wrapping things up on this Sea Unicorns Capital Property Group pregame show, but we can't do that.
The guys to strike out in college baseball this year. We'll still work on it with Plager. It's been in cage with Joe DeLanzo, Logan Ruddy, and Adam Plager.
We're wrapping things up on this Sea Unicorns Capital Property Group pregame show, but we can't do that without our final locks before the All-Star break. Logan, how do we spot a win? Norwich Sea Unicorns ready to go. The final game before the All-Star break. Adam Plager alongside Logan Rundy. And clean first inning for the Norwich right-hander Joe Pitts. How about we meet the starter for the Westfield Starfires, Cam Fisher out of UMass Boston. He's on the rubber here today, make his 7th start of the summer for Paul Bonfiglio's group, who picked up a victory yesterday in Nashua. 3-0 so far this summer for Fisher, 2-2 record. 30 innings worked, a 3.90 ERA with the 38 strikeouts. Logan, what should we know about him?
Yeah, he's going to attack with the fastball early on in counts. Then he'll mix it up like a lot of pitchers do in this league. However, that up fastball, whether it's in or out, is what Fisher loves to use for that strikeout pitch. Many of the hitters in this Norwich lineup do enjoy swinging at it, whether it be the fastball, the slider, the changeup. Good curveball also from Fisher as well. Westfield coming off a big win last night, as Adam mentioned, 3-0 against Nashua. Climb a little bit closer up the table. Still in last place, however, they gained a half a game because every other team, with the exception of Nashua, was off yesterday due to the weather. Last time out for Fisher, he took the loss in 4 and a third inning when they visited Vermont and Burlington. 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 of which were earned, 6 strikeouts. And Kenny Noe will start it. He's over at shortstop today, as he's been much of the year in the leadoff spot.
Couple of days off as well for Noe. Staying in that lefty batter's box. We'll meet the Norwich lineup in a moment. On a Sunday Funday back at Dodd Stadium, the righty pitch home that is taken down low for ball 1.
Got to find a way here to get on early. Westfield was able to take a walk in the inning.
Count is 1-0 on the Norwich shortstop out of Freeport, New York. The pitch, that's on the inside corner. Good breaking ball.
Good, really good breaking ball indeed. Just being able to use that, mix it up. Now evens the count on the Norwich shortstop.
Count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike, right on left matchup. We're in the bottom of the first inning. This is lifted in the air, straightaway center field. That's going to fall in front of Armenia, and then it leaks around him, and Kenny Noe will stroll into second. So it's a 1-out single. He'll advance on the fielding here by Armenia. Let's take a look at Zach Kitcher's lineup card in game 44 this summer. Kenny Noe at the top is aboard. TJ Bayer hits second in right field. Matt Park in the number 3 spot over at the hot corner. Jackson Powers has the cleanup duties. He's out in left field. CJ Nolan hits 5th at second base. Henry Ayers is the DH in the 6th place spot. Taylor Kaufman in right, batting 7th. Jake Howlett at first in the 8th spot. And Bryce Miller rounds it out here on this Sunday afternoon. Noe's in scoring position, and the big curveball sits inside ball 1 on the All-Star Bayer.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Fisher's coming out here with a lot of fire, trying to use a lot of off-speed pitches. Bayer hit the changeup right back up the middle. The fastball hasn't been active early for Fisher.
1-0 on the Norwich center fielder today. No David Pengel in the lineup. The pitch that's sliced in the air on the right field side. Long run out there towards the line. It is foul. And that'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's a huge thing about this field. There's a lot of no man's land, a lot of room in foul territory, as you saw by the tarp right there that was used for the first time this year. Good piece of hitting by Bear. I like the approach, trying to use the opposite field the majority of the time just to get Noe in. Now 1-1. Pitcher, same count he was in with Kenny Noe. This time trying to put away Bear.
Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bayer has been a hero this week for Norwich. Had that walk-off hit against Nashua on Tuesday and the home run in Lowell on Wednesday. On the ground, going to be a tough play over there at short. It is picked, thrown across the diamond, not nearly in time. And advancing second to third is Noe. Norwich has a couple of men on an infield single from T.J. Bayer.
Yeah, we're going to get another look at this. Really good piece of hitting. Bayer just puts the ball in play simply. Let's watch Kenny Noe, though. You're going to get him in the shot. Freezes, goes back a little bit, makes Armenia throw the baseball, and able to take an extra 90 feet.
That was going to be a tough play for Ryan Ventrell over at short. And Norwich with immediate traffic on the base pass, trying to strike for the game's first run. Meet the Westfield defensive alignment here momentarily on this Sunday. The corners drawn in over at third. That is Savoni. Holding on, the base runner at first is Nick Fox. Here is Matt Park trying to strike early, and Bayer immediately checked on. He has good speed over there at first base and maybe a potential to execute a double steal. Still nobody out this inning. Another check-in on Bayer. He was leaning. Oh, he just got his hand back in the nick of time.
Even on the first throw over, Bayer barely got in there standing up. Fisher must have a book on him.
The pitch. That darts outside. They did not give an error out there to Armenia on that scoreboard out there, so I guess it would be ruled as a leadoff double for Noe, hustling his way into second base, and he has the potential to score the game's first run in the hands of Matt Park. The pitch home. There is that curveball. It buckles inside for strike one, and early and counts a lot of off speed from Cam Fisher.
Yeah, very different than what he normally does. That curveball is one of the best here in the Futures League. It's rare to see a really good one.
Even count, another check-in, and Bayer gets back in there safely, and Fisher has been fixated on Bayer has only offered 2 pitches to Matt Park. It's even 1-1 on the Bobcat. From the stretch is the Starfires right-hander. The pitch home, that is cut on and missed. Boy, that was a wipeout breaking ball. Park over top of it, strike 2.
Yeah, we've seen that swing a lot here from Matty in the last couple of weeks. That big swing just doesn't seem like he's seeing it over the last week or two.
He's been in the top of the order for quite some time, trying to heat back up the pitch home. That's down and away. Good take, 2-2.
Yeah, much better. He sees that pitch a lot better. Anything straight, so fastballs, changeups, he sees really well. Anything that's moving away from him, curveballs and slider, he struggles with. Bayer over there has 18 stolen bases. Let's see if he goes for 19.
Norwich has them at the corner, still nobody out. The 2-2 home, that is lifted in the air, flicked out to left field, RBI, base hit. Matt Park and the Sea Unicorns deliver the game's first run.
This is a great adjustment from Matt Park right here, just finding a way to get the ball in play. It's something that's been stressed upon by Joe DeLanzo throughout the last week or so. Sees that same curveball this time and hangs a little bit over. You put the same swing on it, and it's going to produce a good thing.
So the Sea Unicorns have 3 straight hits to begin the afternoon. It'll bring up Jackson Powers with men at first and second, still nobody out. Powers, a guy that has swung a red-hot bat in the month of July, has cooled off over the last couple of games. The pitch inside, backed him up for ball 1. And Paul Bonfiglio is going to make his way out of the Starfires dugout, have a conversation with his right-hander. Remember, this is the final game before the All-Star break, and both bullpens certainly will be exhausted if they need to be.
Yeah, they sure will be. Pretty much everybody is available. We'll see how many guys Westfield brought to the ballpark today. We're talking to the manager, Zach Gitcher, for Norwich yesterday. He said most of them are going to be available, especially with the day off yesterday. Probably during yesterday's game, if it was to be played. There was 10 arms available. You would think just about everyone, with the exception of a starter from Friday night. Jackson Prey probably not available. But other than that, the whole kitchen sink.
Let's meet the Starfires defensive alignment here tonight. Over at third base, Mike Cervoni. The shortstop, Ryan Ventrell, on the right side of the infield over at second base, Cole Sylvia. Over at first, it's Nick Fox, the outfield left to right. Wyatt Raymond, Anthony Armenia, and Vance Bonjour with Logan Martell doing the catching. Well, it is a 1-0 count on Jackson Powers, and Paul Bonfiglio trying to settle in Cam Fisher, who has surrendered 3 straight hits to begin his ball game.
Fisher's just got to find a way to induce the ground ball here as the double play available. Good up the middle turns from Ventrell and Sylvia.
1-0 on Powers, the pitch home. That's down and away. 2-0. Just fell off the table. And in a hitter's count is the Norwich cleanup man. 2-0 with a couple of men on. Nobody out. Holding on the base runner is Ventrell over at second base. He's the shortstop. No one holding on the man at first with runners at first and second. So playing in behind the base runner at first park is Nick Fox. It's 2-1 on Powers. This is flicked into right field. That's going to get down a base hit. The wave at third now. The stop sign from Colby Region. See him get out from that third base coach's box. And immediately signal for Bayer, the stop sign. Norwich has them loaded up. And how about this start to the afternoon? 4 consecutive hits, and the train has left the station.
Yeah, it sure has. Really good piece of hitting. Just a couple of flicks back-to-back from Park and Powers. Powers this time able to flick it out there. Bonjour does a good job. Just let it get in front of him, take a true hop. Region at third base does a good job with TJ Bayer not to send him.
Here is C.J. Nolan. Extra base hits in back-to-back games. Fastball pumped in there, and that's something we have not seen a lot of from Fisher. Is offering that fastball early. He's ahead of Nolan, 0-1.
And it's weird that he's not throwing it as much because that's normally how he attacks people, and then he uses the curveball at the end of the at-bat.
So he's working with a standard approach here. Now that breaking ball, that's on the outer corner and way ahead of Nolan, 0-2.
Yeah, CJ, I would expect the fastball here, sit on the curveball, be able to use your weight, put it in the center of gravity and right in the middle of your body.
Norwich has them loaded, and still nobody out. 4 straight hits to begin the ball game. Trying to snap a 2-game slide. The pitch, that's down and away. Good hold there from Nolan on a wipeout breaking ball.
I saw the changeup come down low. Good mix of pitches here. He's seen the whole kitchen sink so far from Fisher in this at-bat.
He's trying to spot his first out here on this matinee Sunday meeting. The pitch, that's chopped foul. And CJ with a good defensive swing to stay alive.
Yeah, Fisher's a 3-pitch mix guy. The changeup, the curveball, and then you'll see the fastball. Pretty straight. Again, Vermont came in here, had a lot of 2-seam action, however. Pretty straightforward. 4-seamers from Fisher.
1-2 on Nolan. Set up inside is Martell. The pitch home. Down and away, 2-2.
Yeah, went back to the changeup. Interesting. He's probably going to go to the fastball now. He set it up with 2 off-speed pitches. Nolan was ready for it. I think he's going to speed him up here. Probably out and away.
See what he wants to do on a 2-2 count. Powers at first, Park at second, Bayer at third. The pitch home. There's that big curveball, and it just missed.
Yeah, it really did just miss inside. An interesting mix for sure. The fastball's almost been non-existent, relying on that curveball to try to get him out. Now in a full count with runners in every single spot.
They won't be going here, but it is full. That's just downstairs. RBI walk, C.J. Nolan, and how about that professional approach right there from the Sacred Heart product?
Yeah, just like knowing exactly what the situation calls for, finding a way to just see the pitches the best you can. You saw 6 pitches in that at-bat, one of which you fouled off. Just a really professional at-bat, as you mentioned.
Norwich adding on, lead at 2-0. Now it is Henry Ayers' turn at the plate. 6-man up in the inning. This is a pop up in the air. This is in no man's land. Going to be a tough play. It's tracked down by Ventrell in shallow left field. 1 out.
Yeah, really good job by Ventrell there just to be able to get there. Cervoni had no chance over at third base, so Ventrell's the only option out and left. Raymond doesn't have a chance either. It's not hit well enough. I might have even thought TJ Bayer was going to tag in that situation. However, he didn't. It's actually Park over there. You want to read that. All the weight over there from Ventrell is back. He's still moving. I would have loved to see him tag up, at least attempt it.
Bases remaining loaded for Taylor Kaufman, the transfer to Fordham. Finished his career at Hamilton College, and one big swing could really blow up this ball game for Norwich. That fastball pounded in there, and now back-to-back batters. He's beginning with a first pitch fastball for a strike. From the stretch is the righty Fisher. Powder blue tops today for the Starfires, the gray bottoms, navy blue numerals, and he's quickly ahead 0-2. And all of a sudden, in the driver's seat is Fisher. Trying to strand a bases-loaded jam. Kaufman yet to take his bat off his shoulder. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Punched him out. A wipeout breaking ball. And quick work of Kaufman, 2 outs.
So this is exactly how you pitch right here. You start off with a pair of fastballs, then you slow it down, whether that be the curveball, the changeup. This changeup's just going to fall off the table at belt level, 50 feet. The last 10 feet, boom, just falls to the knees, no chance.
Here's Jake Howlett, 8th man up in the inning for Norwich. Sea Unicorns 0 for 2 now with a bases-loaded situation and a real shot for Fisher to get out of it. This has been the part of the ballgame Norwich is trying to make improvements on. He's over top of strike 1. Is situational hitting.
Yeah, it's been this part of the lineup, 5 through 8 probably, that has been the strugglesome parts during the year. Nolan picks up the 5 with the RBI walk, but ever since, a quick pop-up and a strikeout.
And CJ able to battle back after falling behind 0-2. That 0-1, wave and a miss.
Yeah,
and quickly ahead is Fisher.
Yeah, Howlett's just pulling the head here. It's not down. You got to keep your nose down on the baseball. I know it sounds simple, but you got to see it to hit it.
Wise words of Joe DeLanzo. I was learning from him yesterday. That was a lot of fun. 0-2 on the Monmouth product.
You need more lessons, but we'll get there.
A lot more. It's going to take a lot. The pitch. This is flipped in the air, left center field. Tough play out there in the alley. That's going to get down and roll out to the wall and a chance to clear the bases. Jake Hallett delivers a 2-out, 2-strike, bases clearing double, and Norwich has rocked the boat for a 5-0 start.
Yeah, I thought this was going to trail into Raymond's direction. However, the wind just kept taking it, split the gap between him and Armenia out there. Howell just nice and pretty swing, sits back on the changeup. Everybody comes around to score. And all of a sudden, Norwich has 5 here in the first inning.
Oh, kept his head down that time, and that is perfect execution. 5-0 Norwich in the bottom of the first inning. Bryce Miller will step into the plate. The Mount Carmel High School product playing his college ball at Yale. Here's the righty pitch. Oh, big swing for strike 1.
Yeah, it's been Bryce's kind of kryptonite, the off-speed, whether it be the changeup in that situation. The slider up top, though, has been the pitch he hasn't been able to handle all year.
Still no one up in that Westfield bullpen down the left field line, and they are a tax group right now. Waving a miss on that wipeout slider.
And very different from yesterday. Didn't give up a run through 9 innings. Nashua really never put up a threat either. And now Norwich has jumped 5 on him with 5 hits.
Certainly going to be a lot of run support for Joe Pitts, who is on the hill today for Norwich. Worked a clean first inning. That's downstairs. Floats away from Martell. He'll freeze the base runner Howlett. Want to run into that 3rd out of the inning, but solid execution from the Norwich first baseman, delivering with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Well, anytime you pick up those, it is a wonderful sighting. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Miller. The pitch outside 2-2. And Norwich has been far better taking pitches here today.
An interesting approach. Maybe it's a daytime game and you're a little bit more focused after, not really being out there too much this morning. I also think the rain delay yesterday helped out as well.
Even count. It is Howlett on at second, not going. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couple of strikeouts this inning for Fisher, but It's a 5-spot in the Norwich first. We go to the second. Unicorns Baseball is streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Norwich hands the baseball over to Joe Pitts here today. Let's welcome the Yukon Husky on the rubber. Good start for him here today, and now lots of run support.
Yeah, absolutely. 13 in the third inning so far. 12 strikeouts. The big thing is those 3 walks. It's always surrendered all in those 13 innings. Been a big start to this ball game. Able to start off the game with 1 walk. However, he settled in nicely. Fielded his position twice. Ventrell and Raymond went 1-3. Fox walked. And then Bonjour struck out.
Leadoff man up in the inning for the Starfires is their DH Maury Freed. Here's the lineup card today for Paul Bonfiglio. Ryan Ventrell's the leadoff man at short. He grounded out. Same with Wyatt Raymond in left field. Nick Fox at third. At first drew the walk. Vance Bonjour struck out his first time up. He's in right field. Maury Freed is the designated hitter. He'll lead it off batting 5th. Logan Martell follows behind him in the 6th place spot doing the catching. Mike Cervoni at the hot corner batting 7th. Cole Sylvia, the second-year Starfire, hits 8th with Anthony Armenia. The pitch from Pitts. Outside, 1-0. Good fastball jump right now for him.
Pitts last time out was July 12th at Lowell, 3 1/3, 6 hits, 7 runs, only 2 of which were earned, though, 3 strikeouts.
The 1-0, that's on the outer black, and that fastball has been ramped up today for Pitts. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Working today with Bryce Miller. It's Maury Freed in the back of the righty box. Pink batting gloves, takes a buckling fastball at the knees. 1-2 on the Starfires DH. Freed, the batter at the plate. Out of Pittsfield, Massachusetts, plays his college baseball at Division I Brown. And that goes sailing to the backstop, 2-2 overthrown heater.
Yeah, a little bit overthrown, however. That's not one that hurts you up 5 runs. Being able to just attack the strike zone with the fastball, allow him to play, put the ball in play at this point. This defense has been good over the last week.
They did not commit any errors in that series against Vermont and really executed on that side of the baseball. The 2-2 pitch on the ground to second. C.J. Nolan scoops, fires to first, 1 out. Here is this Unicorns defensive alignment around the horn here today. Matt Park over at the hot corner, and he has had a really good glove defensively this week. Kenny Noe is the shortstop with C.J. Nolan at second. Jake Hallett at first, the outfield left to right. Jackson Powers, T.J. Bayer, and Taylor Kaufman with Bryce Miller doing the catching here today. Well, it's so important to shut down this offense for Westfield. Don't allow any life. That big first inning, important to have that shutdown second.
Got to find a way to get the guys back in the dugout, allow those bats to still be hot.
Here is Logan Martell. The 0-1 pitch. Slice foul. Look out. Boy, that got in the seats in a hurry.
I'm sure it did. Pitts is doing a really good job right now. He has a little bit of two-seam run right at the end of his fastball, and that's the difference between hard contact and weak contact, is just finding ways to keep hitters off balance.
Count is 0-2 on the left-handed hitting backstop. Martell out of Rutgers, riser out of Westfield, New Jersey. And he's playing his summer ball with the Westfield Starfires. Takes up top the fastball, missing for ball 1.
All Pitsy's got to do is throw it in the zone. He's got to have good mechanics as well. He's fallen off a couple of times here in this at-bat, one of which he got lucky with the foul ball from Martell.
Pitts is working from the stretch. Wave and a miss on a down and away slider. Picked up by Miller. Set his feet. Complete the strikeout. Second of the day for Joe Pitts. And there are 2 outs.
Yeah, good pitch mixing right there by Bryce Miller. Knowing the situation, the fastball got hit hard on that foul ball. Bury the changeup, take care of business.
2 gone for Mike Cervoni. He's over at third base. And Miller, a guy who really controls the game well, calms down that pitching staff. Was a part of that MLB Develops program for 4 years out of high school. 2-time area code game participant. And a player with a lot of upside at Yale. What a pitching staff they have over there. Jack Oman, a guy who was receiving draft consideration, did not get selected. But there are plenty of top arms, and they were the best team in that Ivy League conference this past spring. Here's the 1-0 on the outside corner, and Pitts really fluid mechanically right now.
Yeah, he is. I'd like him to be a little bit more athletic. He's standing a little bit tall, which is allowing his body to kind of shift towards his glove side. Got to come more so towards the plate.
Looking for a clean second. Chopper to short, charging in Noe. His throw is on the run. That tag is wiped across, but the baseball is dropped by Howlett. And that is going to be a throwing error on the Norwich shortstop with 2 outs in the inning. Keep the inning alive for Cole Sylvia.
Yeah, that will be the error. We'll take a look at it again. Noe, this is going to be a tough play. I don't think he could get the ball out of the glove. Let's take another look at it here. This is a hard play for any shortstop coming in on the baseball, trying to find a way to get the ball out of the glove quickly. Noe just took a couple steps too long, and then it didn't transfer fast enough.
So another 2-out base runner for Pitts to deal with, and it's a sizable lead at first. That's taken downstairs for ball 1.
This group's got to play clean defense behind Pitts. He's attacking the strike zone, so the ball's going to be in play. Whether this team can make the plays, and over the last 2 nights, Thursday and Friday against Vermont, they did a very good job in doing so.
Here's the 1-0. On the ground to third, playing back is Park. He'll snap it across the diamond, and Joe Pitts. 2 scoreless frames here today. We go to the home second. It is a 5-0 Norwich lead.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Go to the home half of the second inning. If you missed it yesterday, it was the commemorative cup giveaway celebrating the 3-peat championship run for Norwich. For a little more, we send it over to Logan Rundy.
Adam.
Unfortunately, some technical difficulties on that camera right now and the microphone being picked up, so we will have to reset that in a moment. Come back with that in a moment. So we'll get back over to those commemorative cups and a chance to do that with Logan Rundy, who is waiting over there on the first base side. The leadoff man up in the inning is the top of the order, Kenny Noe. Norwich sent the house to the plate in the home half of the second inning. Fisher back out there missing downstairs with ball 1. Right on left matchup. Fisher from the stretch. Kicks and offers on the inside corner, 1-1. Fans looking to go to the dentist? Well, at Griswold Dental. You're a part of the Griswold Dental family. Find out more at griswolddental.net. Pitch home outside, 2-1. Just joining us, Norwich launching to a 5-0 lead with a 5-run first inning on 5 hits. How about this? Kenny Noe make him 2 for 2 to begin his ball game. He goes to the opposite field, and the Sea Unicorns have the leadoff man on.
The center fielder, T.J. Bayer.
Here is T.J. Bayer. And Norwich with another strong start against the UMass Boston product. Aboard at first is Noe. He singled to the opposite field. Bayer with an infield hit his first time up. And now there are some tenants in the Starfires bullpen down the left field side. No real action. But should Fisher run into further trouble, I imagine that bullpen will get hot in a hurry. Try to keep this ball game manageable. 5-0 Norwich. That breaking ball sits outside on the black for a called strike, 1-1. Fisher 6'2", 190 out of Burlington, Connecticut. Operating from that first base side of the rubber. This is lifted to left field. It'll hang up out there. It's over the head of the left fielder. Raymond misplayed it off the bat. And corner to corner trots Kenny Noe. That's going to be a fielding error out there on Raymond. It was scorched off the bat of Bayer. He goes marching in a second. And it's immediate trouble right now for Fisher. Some more loud contact. And they will score this as a hit. But either way, no real read off the bat from Raymond in left field. And because of it, Fisher pigeonholed here with the runners at second and third. And still nobody out. There's been some trouble in the outfield today for the Starfires. And this infield defense brought in that curveball. Inside corner for a strike. Park with an RBI base hit, his first time up. And this Norwich offense is rolling right now. 7 hits already. And a 2-for-2 start to the second inning. Park backed up inside, and Norwich nearly reloading the bases. Sea Unicorns today with the bases loaded, 1 for 3. Jake Howlett wiping them clean with a bases clearing double. That is what has broke open the ball game. Here's the 1-1. This is slow roller on the ground. Ventrell will scoop it up, fire it to first. That'll hold the base runners, and there is 1 out in the Norwich second inning. Here is Jackson Powers. He singled to right field. His first time up. And this infield defense will stay in for Westfield. Norwich's best offensive inning this summer came back on Wednesday, an 8-run 7th inning over Lowell. Part of a 6-hit inning. The pitch, this is tapped foul on the first base side. Powers playing his college ball at St. Anselm out of Woburn, Massachusetts. A guy that has really kicked it into gear offensively here in July. And a big part of it has been simplifying his approach and really channeling his hot zone at the plate. Here's the 0-1. Down Main Street for a called strike. Has really cut down his chase rate and has stayed locked into his zone. Way ahead right now is Fisher, 0-2. Aboard at third is Noe. He doubled to begin the inning. Check that. Bayer with the double. Noe with that base hit. The pitch outside 1-2. Anything middle half and in has been punished by Powers. Comes from an athletic family. His father playing Division I hockey at Boston College. The pitch. This is off the end of the bat. This is trailing into shallow right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And Jackson Powers keeps the beat going. RBI knock. It's 6-0 Norwich. Boy, this swing right now is something special for Jackson Powers. Just stuck his bat head out there and flipped it into right center field. CJ Nolan will step up to the plate. And this Norwich offense is white hot this afternoon. And using that rest to their advantage. Here is CJ Nolan, drew a walk. And this first plate appearance after an 0-2 start to that at-bat. Fisher checking in on Powers. He's just back in the nick of time. They're at the corners. Powers at first, Bayer at third. 6-0 Norwich. 6 runs on 8 hits here today. In a ball game that you really feel like Norwich has to land in the win column. Again, Fisher has his thoughts consumed at first with Powers. Bayer runs well. And the same for Powers on at first. The pitch to Nolan. Big swing for strike one. CJ has homered this summer at Dodd Stadium. That came back in a victory over the Lowell Spinners on July 1st. Sea Unicorns will begin the All-Star break tomorrow. And 6 All-Star representatives Tuesday in Nashville. That's on the outside corner for strike 2. Norwich will return to action now to the All-Star break on Friday, July 24th. See the Nashville Silver Knights. Part of a 3-game homestand. Chopper over to third, picked up by Cervoni, tossed to second for one, relay throw to first, not in time. RBI ground out, CJ Nolan. There are 2 outs in the inning, and Norwich continuing to add on to their lead. Well, that was a tough play over there at third for Cervoni, handling that high hop. Norwich does cash in another important run, lead the ball game 7-0. Here is Henry Ayers. And everything is going well right now. Situational hitting to a tee. The pitch to Ayers. Up and away, changeup missing. Throw to second is not in time. A slight bag for CJ Nolan, who is in scoring position at second. All right, look at this jump over there for CJ. Got a good lead, better pitch to run on with that off-speed pitch from the right-hander Fisher. And now a conversation regarding that play over there at second base. Fans, Thirsty Thursday will return to Dodd Stadium one final time. It is on Thursday, August 6th. Final home game of the summer when the Sea Unicorns play host to the New Britain Bees, 6:30 local time. And out at second is CJ Nolan. He cannot believe that call over there at second base. It's thanks to our good friends at Narragansett, where you can enjoy $2 beer specials. So CJ is called out over there at second. And that is the final out in the inning. Go to the third. It is 7-0 Norwich on the Futures League Network. It's streaming live on YouTube. SNSN Sports.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's SCR-Structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right, right here in North Franklin. SCR-Structures.com.
A lot of fun here today. 7-0 Norwich. Logan Rundy's always having a lot of fun. How about we celebrate that? 3-peat run for the Sea Unicorns with that commemorative cup giveaway yesterday. For a little more on all of that, here is Logan Rundy.
Well, I'm just one. We had IPA sponsor. What a. Also included another one as well. This green, same logo on at the back. Straight. And then
Some technical difficulties over there with that mic today. Our apologies for that. First man up in the inning for Westfield is Anthony Armenia. 9-1-2 for the Starfires. They trail by 7. Here is the leadoff man. The pitch home. Down and away. Missing for ball 1. Pitts 6 feet 4 inches from the first base side of the rubber. Chopper to short, waiting back on it is Noe. He'll sling it across the diamond. There is 1 out. Here is the top of the order. Ryan Ventrell will dig into the righty. Check that into the lefty boxes. Ventrell and Joe Pitts is rolling right now, playing to contact. The defense continuing to vacuum things behind him. And that is so important. A guy that induces a lot of ground balls.
Yeah, absolutely. So to end the last inning, let's talk about that a little bit. So the rule is, as the base runner, you can't touch the baseball in any way. So I don't know if you saw, but CJ Nolan shoveled the ball to him just as like a courtesy. But you can't do that. It's the same thing as like if there were runners on base and the hitter were to like try to give the catcher the ball back a little bit just to like be courteous, but it's an interference and it's an automatic out. So that's why CJ was called out at second base.
Always see something different at the ballpark, and CJ certainly will learn from that. Fastball missing upstairs, ball 1. Ventrell was retired on a comebacker to the mound his first time up. It's the top of the order for Westfield. We're in this third inning, 7-0 Norwich. And that's certainly benefiting the Starfires and their right-hander, who has really struggled today, was knocked around for 8 hits, 7 runs scoring. And so misplayed baseballs in the outfield behind him. The pitch, that's topped foul on the first base side, and it's so easy to settle in now on the rubber if you're Pitts and just command the strike zone, and the defense continue to help you out.
Absolutely. I'm surprised Westfield wasn't charged with an error on that ball that was hitting the left field that Raymond had trouble with. A little bit of hit.
That's taken inside. And the count is run full, 3-2 on the leadoff man, Ventrell. 1 out this third inning. Norwich, their bats have been jumping today. 8 hits and a far different approach at the plate. The pitch home. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Down by the way of the K is Ventrell, 2 outs.
Yeah, really good pitch here from Pitsy. It's that 2-seam action late. 4-seam for a long way, then 2-seam runs off the table. Really good pitching there, and even better plate calling behind the plate from Bryce Miller.
2 gone. Fans, before you come to the ballpark, stop by Charlene's Diner, Main Street, Jewett City, for delicious breakfast or lunch. Order what you want, eat what you get, only at Charlene's Diner. It's in Main Street, Jewett City.
A really good job by Pitts here to command the strike zone. That's exactly what you need. You need a relatively long outing, probably 4 or 5 innings, just to keep this bullpen fresh.
really just build confidence too. On a line to second, no issue for CJ Nolan. It's a 1-2-3 third for Joe Pitts. The home half is on the other side. 7-0 Norwich on the Futures League Network. We're streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Cam Fisher back out there to start there for Westfield, a guy who has been battled today. 7 runs on 8 hits. How long is the leash for him? But more importantly, how do you try and keep the mind clean here with an outing that has not gone to plan?
Yeah, I mean, it is difficult. The Westfield bullpen is active as a southpaw down there. We'll get you a number as soon as we have one. But for Fisher, at this point, you were just given it out by C.J. Nolan, so you saved some pitches there. You got to use that as momentum. And your job right now is to fill the time until the bullpen is ready and get as many outs as possible during that span.
Here is Henry Ayers, 6, 7, and 8. This is a guy for Westfield who has been really good for them. Sub-4 ERA, over 30 innings logged. And today, this Norwich offense is something we have not seen since that 7th inning in Lowell on Wednesday. Really simplified their swing. This is lined back up the middle. Now to the reach of Ventrell and make it the 9th hit of the ball game. Henry Ayers has his first hit today.
Yeah, Ayers does a good thing here. Just keeps his weight back and then just flicks his hands. Take a look. Look how long he waits for that ball to come in. It's practically on the plate at that point. Just uses the field, puts it back up the middle. I really think that's been a strength for this offense today, is just sitting back a half second longer, letting the ball get a little bit deeper.
So this bullpen continuing to stay active. It is a left-hander loosening for the Starfires. On is Ayers' big swing from Kaufman, tapping it away for strike 1.
That's the pitch for Fisher that has worked. The changeup is accrued as strikeout, a couple of which actually. Kaufman was one of them. Then Miller, 2 batters later, was the other. That's going to be something he's going to have to use here to either induce the ground ball or pick up the strikeout.
Ahead of Kaufman is the Starfire right-hander. The pitch, that's inside, 1-1.
Good mix, another change-up in there. Probably goes back to the fastball here, and if you're Kaufman, you got to be ready for it.
Starfires this summer holding on to a 16-25 record, 9 games under 500. That tails outside 2-1. Were victorious yesterday. This is a group that is 8-12 away from Bullens Field. And very similar numbers, home and road splits. Norwich 4-2 in 6 meetings against Westfield, and noticeably really good at home against the Starfires. Hitters count 2-1 for Kaufman. That's just outside, 3-1.
Yeah, it's just been that type of day for Fisher. You get that call if you're pounding the strike zone and the runs are off the board. However, when Norwich is hitting like this, it's going to be hard to get those.
So the hitters count for Kaufman out of Penn Valley, California. This 3-1 pitch, that is called for a strike. A good spot for Fisher on the outside corner. Double play is available. Leadoff man reaching, Ayers on the base hit. Kaufman was punched out his first time at the plate. on 3-2. That misses outside, and aboard is Kaufman. Good at bat for him. And Norwich has 2 on with nobody out. Here is Jake Howlett. Check that. It is Jake Howlett coming up, and he did clear the bases his last time up.
Yeah, sure did. Probably his best at bat of the season. Said that back on Wednesday. However, I think the weight distribution, the way he put the ball in play, and just the location he was able to steer it in was excellent.
Hoping to build on it here. Norwich leads by 7. Nobody out in the home third. Good block by Martell.
Long day back there so far from Martell. However, everything's been kept in front of him. A couple that has scored to his right or left, but not far enough for any advancement.
1-0 on Howlett. Right on right matchup. 2 on for Norwich. The pitch. That's on the outside corner. Called for a strike. Similar spot where he did not get the call in that last at-bat. I have to imagine if another man were to reach here against him in this third inning, that would be the end of the line. And he's behind 2-1.
Yeah, it's just been missing with near that glove side. It's just not straightforward from the mechanics from Fisher. Come to the plate. It's very simple. All you got to do is throw fastballs in the situation. If Norwich hits it like they have been all day, so be it.
Waiting on 2-1 is Jake Howlett. The pitch. On the ground, softly hit to third, picked up by Cervoni. Snapped to second for one, relay to first. It is in time. It's a 5-4-3 double play, and the Starfires turn it. A much-needed one behind Fisher.
Yeah, much needed indeed. Really good job there as Cervoni was able to start it, and Sylvia then over to Fox. Broken bat from Howlett. Good changeup there by Fisher to get himself a pair of outs. However, there is advancement to third base by Henry Ayers.
On the rubber for Fisher. He's gone 4 innings in each of his last 2 outings. He's trying to make it through this third inning today. However, he has surrendered the runs as of late. 14 earned runs over this stretch. 7 on the board today. A big part of that. The pitch home. That's waved and missed at for strike 2. It's Bryce Miller batting. He struck out his first time out and has really been victimized by the K rate increasing lately. Trying to pick up Kaufman over at third. The pitch. Swings and misses right through it, and he was beat on that off-speed pitch. 4 strikeouts today for Cam Fisher. His first scoreless inning sends us to the 4th. 7-0 Norwich on the Futures League Network. We're live on YouTube, SNSN Sports.
Own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partnership.
Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at cunicorns.milbstore.com. That's cunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long. We head to the 4th inning here on this Sunday afternoon, 7-0 Norwich. And now for the play-by-play for innings 4 and 5, I hand it over to Logan Rundy.
Thanks, Adam. The Norwich bats have been red hot today, 9 hits. Speaking of Strain Family Motors, the weather is heating up, and so should the fun. Rent a Polaris slingshot from Strain Family Motors in Lisbon and feel the excitement of the open road. Go to sfmslingshots.com to rent one today. The Norwich offense has exploded out of that slingshot. has been missing over the last week ever since Wednesday. However, 7 runs on 9 hits. As Pitts looks to go for another clean inning, Fox will start it. He's over at first base today. So far, Fox has walked. He is the only man to reach, with the exception of Cervoni, who reached on the Kenny Noe error. Pitts down to the count, 1-0. Now make it 2. 2 inside have ran away. This has been the struggle. Can you get through the later stages? Pitts averages just around 2 innings to start at him. You got to get 4 or 5 out of him.
Yeah, this is a chance for him to really do it, working with a big lead today as well.
Pitts is 2-0. Now make it 3. And Fox is seeing the ball extremely well. Already taken a free pass, as previously mentioned. This Westfield team, not necessarily the offensive firepower, however, got it done yesterday, 3-0 in Nashua. Pitts finds it across, now 3-1. Norwich trying to get a win right before the All-Star break. Just 1 win on this homestand so far, 1-4. That ball's on the ground to C.J. Nolan at second base. Nolan just shovels it over to Howlett, and a quick out. Good start to the 4th inning by Joe Pitts.
Can't ask for anything better. Really fell behind in that count, 3-0. And just put a ball in the zone, and Fox swinging away. Good work by Pitts to induce another ground ball out.
Pitts had his good time with Bonjour in the first, struck out swinging. That looks like an ugly swing. It's not a sword, my friend. It's now 0-1. Pitts has been able to do it with a bunch of different pitches. However, Adam, the fastball has been unbelievable so far.
He's been really good with that fastball that has really overpowered this Westfield offense.
The 0-1's on the ground by Park. Can't scoop it. Noe trying to barehand it all the way over. However, too fast over there is Bonjour down the line. That'll probably be ruled an error on Park. We'll take another look at it. That ball took a weird hop off the grass. Good piece of hitting just to put the ball in play. Park trying to get it off the side. Noe tried to save it, but unsuccessful. Looks like it is going to be ruled an error. That'll go to Matt Park. So this has been the struggle some points of the year. When men reach on the errors, Adam, it just can't happen in that situation.
No, it can't. Another chance for an out. And awarded second base is Bonjour. And quickly a man in scoring position with 1 out. Credit to Norwich taking advantage of the All-Star Cam Fisher in his final outing before the break. And did not have his best stuff. This was a stretch of 3 consecutive games for Norwich against all-star starters, and a much better approach today.
I saw Ethan Freed in Game 1 of that Vermont series. Alvin Gomez in Game 2. 2 of the best arms here in the Futures League. Vermont team that's very good. They're rolling right now. They swept that series. Joe Pitts trying to get out of a mess with 1 out here in the 4th inning. Starts it off on a good note to Freed. He went 4-3 as Nolan was able just to shove it on the Howlett. He's in the DH spot today. Trying to get Westfield on the board here in the middle stages. 0-1 from Pitts. Freed puts it on the ground. Kenny Noe backs up 2 steps. Spikes it into the ground. Howlett, good concentration. And now 2 outs and an unproductive out. Good pitching there from Pitts.
Yeah, again, just working to his defense. Lots of ground balls today. So over top of it right now is this Westfield offense of all these offerings from Joe Pitts. And a lot of quick outs for him today.
Pitts trying to get through 4 innings. It'll be one of his longest outings, whether it be in the starting role or here in the bullpen.
It would be his longest outing of the summer.
That ball's popped. Over there is Park trying to track it. He'll give up on it as it hits the seats. It's all Norwich needed today after huge bullpen games on Thursday and Friday. Got the rest yesterday. Really thought over yesterday we got to experience it as we were waiting in the rain delay that this team really started to have some fun moments together.
Yeah, they did. And it was a group that really needed a chance to step away from playing a long stretch. It would have been a stretch of 8 consecutive games, and that is a difficult part of the schedule. And the weather playing into the hands of Norwich, that extra day off, and come ready to go here on this Sunday. And they have been ready for this Westfield team.
Pitts is 0-2, misses downstairs with the changeup. He's now one strike away from his longest appearance of the year. What a momentum shift for this group that would be right before the All-Star break if this ends up being a win. Still 7-0 here. Westfield trying to strike. The 1-2 from Joe Pitts. Misses badly as the Mechanics fly over towards the dugout side. Can't overthrow it there. After this situation, you've seen a couple of fastballs, a couple of changeups at him. Where do you think he goes?
I think he just has to go to that fastball, induce another ground ball. 2 outs in the inning, you know, the space runner might try and go here on contact.
A trio of twos, 3 straight misses there from Pitts. This time with the slider, never had a chance. And Martell is in the driver's seat. He's struck out swinging. He's doing the catching today. He's had some long innings back there.
Yes, this is now officially Joe Pitts' longest outing, 3 2/3.
Trying to make it a full 4, 3-2 with 2 outs. Just missed off the outside. And 2 men are on here, and that will give way to the ever-dangerous Mike Cervoni.
Just missed there with ball 4. Better Mechanics really kept his body in line, not fall off the mound that time. But either way, have to put away Cervoni here. Cannot allow Westfield to load the bases here, or worse, try and bring home that runner from second.
2 ducks on the pond for Cervoni. Park gets a nice hop there, going the short way to C.J. Nolan at second base. However, Joe Pitts allows a base runner through the walk, and a man reached on an error. However, he is clean through 4 innings. Norwich trying to add on to their 7-0 lead on the other side. You're watching Futures League Baseball on SNSN Sports and YouTube.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes. Especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Norwich. Joe Pitts was threatened with runners at first and second base. However, he finds a way out of it. After 7 runs from this Norwich offense through the first 3 innings, a pitching change here for Westfield. They are going to make the move to a southpaw. Adam, what do we got?
Yeah, it's Ethan Slowick on the rubber here for the Starfires. He gets the rock from Paul Bonfiglio in this 4th inning. Fisher able to stretch out for 3 here today. Slowick, a soon-to-be senior out of St. Joseph's in Connecticut, out of Greenville, New York, will take the rubber here. And so far this summer for the Starfires, left-hander Ethan Slowick pitching to a 1.93 ERA over 4 2/3 innings. Just his 3rd appearance of the summer, 1-0 record, and they really need him to try and clean things up after a rocky night out for Cam Fisher. Norwich tags him for 7 today, and the Sea Unicorns get to the Westfield bullpen rather early tonight.
Slowick will start with the top of the lineup. He was credited with that win, 3 2/3, a hit and a run at Vermont on July the 15th. Ball 1 here to Kenny Noe. Noe has 2 hits in the ball game, stretched out a double in the first and singled in the second. Trying to keep this offense rolling. They've scored in every inning but the 3rd so far. Slowick's 1-0, make it 2. Slowick will attack you with the fastball, has that slider in the back pocket, won't use it to right-handers, and he also has a diving changeup as well.
Kenny already 2 for 2 today, but all of that from the left side. Turning over with that left-hander on the rubber.
Now gets a strike across. Good fastball. Pretty straight. Four-seamer from Slowick. He'll move right down the mound. That pickoff move is excellent if runners were to reach. Trying to just ride the ship here and give Westfield a chance. It's 2-1. No, he pops it up. That's going to be out of play. Now 2-2 after 2 straight balls to start it. Slowick has settled in well.
Yeah, he sure has. And you have to be a strike thrower here. Trail by 7. Can't allow free bases for Norwich. This offense flying high today.
One of the leaders for Norwich in a 2-2 count. No, he puts the ball in play. That's going to sail down. Looks like it is going to drop. The dive out in center. Unsuccessful by Armenia. No, he's looking for 2. He'll stand up. That's going to be yet another double for Kenny Noe. The second one he has legged out today. And Armenia has had fits with the Norwich leadoff man. We'll take another look at it. Just a good piece of hitting. Just puts it right back up the middle. Armenia looking to dive for it. Never really saw it. Bounces away and hits the glove. Noe's speed and awareness gets him up to second base. Adam, what a start to this fourth.
Yeah, Kenny Noe loves Westfield pitching this summer. Just continues the good times. Armenia has really been battling the sun out there. Another struggle for a route out there. Well, if he does not dive and fields it on a hop, it would have held Noe to a base hit. Good awareness out there by the Norwich shortstop.
TJ Bayer will be next. He also has 2 hits. He flip-flopped, so he singled in the first. He doubled in the second. The top of the lineup so far, hitters 1 through 4 are 6 for 7 so far tonight.
I see what you did there.
The kids love it.
They do. That's why they tune in.
All right.
It's Kids Day.
It sure is. Sunday Funday as well. Curveball's a good one.
A really good pitch from Slowick there. Did stay upstairs. TJ a little too quick with that swing. Have to trust your hand. Stay back.
Slowick in the driver's seat for the first time today. 0-2 to the center fielder today for Norwich. Slowick's curveball. This time it's more of a slurve. Bayer fouls it back. Really interesting pitch because it moves both up and down and east to west.
Yeah, good adjustment by Bayer. Stayed back a little bit longer. Kept his head in it. And working in a 0-2 count with Slowick.
The 0-2 once more. That ball's into the gap. That's unfortunately, though, going to land in the glove of Sylvia at second. The wind's doing all types of things. Looks like it might drop behind him, though. Good pitching there by Slowick.
I would have loved to see him put one on the ground through the right side. There was a huge opening there with the second baseman, Sylvia, trying to hold on Noe over at the bag at second. Better pitch sequencing from Slowick, and he got underneath Bayer for that first out in the inning.
Matt Park will be next. His fortunes have been a lot better. The swings have been better as well. He singled in the first. He'll take strike 1 here in the second inning. He went 6-3. And a good throw by Ventrelli at shortstop to retire him. Offense has been rolling so far. Double-digit hits here. We're not even through 4 here at Dodd Stadium on the final game before the All-Star break. The 0-1 to Matt Park. Good scoop behind the plate there by Marcel. Been really good back there all day. Pitching staff here for Westfield has missed badly multiple times. Good to have a calm presence. And we'll do it at 1-1. 1 out here in the inning. And Kenny Noe 3 steps off the back at second base. Park rips it down the right field line. That looks like it's going to stay fair. It is. Over to the wall to get it is Bonjour. Kenny Noe will walk home easily. Matt Park looking at third base. He'll be content with 2. And it's now 8 runs. A beautiful piece of hitting from Matt Park.
Boy, how about this? This is exactly what he had to do. Inside-out swing, backside approach, stayed back on it, shoots it out down the line in right field. And Norwich enjoying an 8-0 lead. And Joe DeLanzo, you know he's smiling over there in that first base coach's box. Anytime you have a leadoff double, that has to be an automatic run. And Park picks up this Norwich offense after the Bayer pop-out. And everything is going the Norwich way. Way better playing right now at the plate.
Absolutely is. 11 hits on 8 runs so far today. Jackson Powers has been a handful for Westfield as well. An RBI single in the first and another single in the second. Slowick in trouble once more as the 0-0 misses up. So all that happens is Noe and Park trade places. Probably the best swing in the last month for Matt Park.
How about the day for Powers? 2 for 2. Was against the right-hander Fisher. Different approach here with the lefty on the mound.
Powers swings and misses on a good slider that time from Slowick. This is a really tough matchup. Adam, left on left here. How does JP have to attack?
Try to just shoot something down the left field side here. Try and trust your hands. He's been way better today, staying back and allowing that ball to travel deep in the zone.
Another good pitch, back-to-back off speed. The curveball this time. Raymond is playing on the line in left field. That'll be difficult. However, the gap between left and center is ginormous. Armenia playing straight up, and so is Bonjour in right. Straight up infield alignment for Westfield. The 1-2 to the Norwich cleanup hitter. Powers just flicks it foul. Good piece of hitting.
Yeah, really good defensive swing there. Stayed on that 2-strike heater and rocks it foul. See another pitch here. I really expect the Westfield Southpaws going to try and wipe him away here. Can't expand your zone if you're 6 and white.
6 and white trying to be impactful. Once again, he's been massive for this team all summer. Slowick trying to retire him for the second out of the inning. The 1-2 does just that. The fastball upstairs and punches himself a ticket. Fans, speaking of tickets, on Tuesday is BOGO. You buy a ticket, we give you one for free. There's only one BOGO left this summer. That is on August 4th against New Britain. As we're counting down the days, don't miss it. The Bees are red hot at the top of the standings, and we give you a free ticket as well. Now 2 outs here in the home half of the 4th inning. Already a run on the board. Slowick trying to get out of it. High pop-up from C.J. Nolan. Ball carries over there to Fox at first base. He sees it after a couple of steps and retires the side. However, a Matt Park double puts another run on the board. Norwich now leading 8-0 here after 4 innings. You're watching Sea Unicorns baseball on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Dodd Stadium on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Norwich offense has been red hot and banking in a ton of runs. Speaking of banks, Jewett City Savings Bank, your community bank for over 125 years with offices ready to serve you all over Eastern Connecticut. Go to jcsbank.com to find out why Jewett City Savings Bank is your community bank. Joe Pitt's out there for the 5th inning. He's had 4 relatively clean innings so far in his longest outing here in the summer, 2026. He will be greeted by Sylvia. Sylvia has grounded to Matt Park at third base back in the 2nd inning. Wild one to start it. Joe Pitts, good morning, good night, good afternoon. And sometimes you just need that every once in a while.
That's all right. 1-0 count, first pitch of the inning, no harm done. I'm going to shake off the cobwebs. That's the time to do it. Just trust your body. Stay over yourself here and finish over top.
Cole Sylvia is at Iona in the now Metro Conference. Had a good year there this past year. Nona had a decent year as well. Finished in the middle of the table. Big part of it. Now 2-0. Pitts has missed. Fired on the first 3 to start the inning. A leadoff walk would be detrimental.
Yeah, he fell behind quickly on Fox last inning to begin that 4th inning and then induced another ground ball out. Throw a fastball in the zone as a plus fastball, but you have to be in the strike zone.
He isn't. Silvio will take a 4-pitch walk. He even checked with the umpire because he thought it was there. So the first time a leadoff man has reached today for Joe Pitts. Trouble early here as Westfield trying to get on the board.
Double play ball still available. There has been a lot on the infield today. You have to believe Westfield's going to try and get aggressive here. Josh Frometta is their third base coach. Had his jersey retired at the end of last season. 3-year Westfield Starfire, big part of their organization.
High pop-up, this time Armenia. Nolan yells out, he's got it. And he sure does. So the Bridgeport College representative will pop up in a 1-pitch bounce back from Joe Pitts.
Yeah, way better with his mechanics there. Deliberate with his motion. And really followed through on that release. Kind of short-arming his first couple of the inning. And now a chance for an inning-ending double play.
Ryan Vendrelli will be next. He'll be at Notre Dame this year, the Fairfield, Connecticut native. Sees a slider to start it, however, down the left field line. Going to be a huge part of that program in the ACC, a program that has dominated over the last number of years and one of the best conferences for baseball in the country.
No doubt. And another one of those risers for Westfield and in the Futures League. This is what this league is about. Chance for high school guys to come out and get their first taste of college ball. And how about this matchup? Big East against the ACC here.
Big East loses so far 1-1. It's even as the UConn pitcher Joe Pitts is even with 1 out in the inning. That's Sylvia over at first base. Can run if he wants to. Good lead over there. That ball's on the ground. A shortstop, Noe takes it himself to the bag. The second, Howlett completes the double play, 6-3. And after a walk to start the inning, Joe Pitts settles down. He is through 5 here at Dodd Stadium. Norwich comes to bat. You're watching Futures League Baseball on YouTube and SNSN Sports.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
Home half of the 5th here at Dodd Stadium. A lot of presents out there from Joe Pitts to this offense as well. Speaking of presents, Christmas in July is this upcoming Saturday on July 25th when the New Britain Bees are in town. That game is at 6:30. There's also a Santa hat giveaway as well to a select group of individuals. So we will see you there, hopefully. That is the final Saturday night here in the Futures League regular season. Adam, it is flying by.
It is. We're approaching the All-Star break. And, boy, Christmas in July is going to be a lot of fun right here. I'll be ready to go for that. Buddy the Elf, I think.
I don't know. Is that you?
I think he'll be making an appearance in the broadcast booth.
All right. Well, Joe Pitts
from the North Pole. That's what they're telling me. So
they're telling you. They didn't tell me yet, though. We'll see what happens. Henry Ayers trying to provide an additional spark. Joe Pitts has been masterful through 5 innings. We'll see if he comes out for the 6th. The Yukon riser Sean Flannery is in the bullpen warming up. However, it's offense to start it. Henry Ayers will be that man. Ayers has popped up to Ventrelli at shortstop and singled in the third. Slowick out there for another inning, trying to just manage this lead from Norwich. Ayers sits well on the curveball, slaps it foul down the left field line.
Yeah, really good swing for Ayers. Really trusted his hands, picked up that pitch quickly, recognized it. If he straightens that out, that is trouble down the line.
Middlebury College representative looking to get on base once again. Fastball up and away. Been a much better approach here from Ayers over the last couple of weeks. The strikeouts are way down and the ball's in play a lot more.
Yeah, he's hitting over 300 again because of this stretch.
Ayers thought about it, but lets it go by him.
He's a guy that really forces pitchers to have to throw a number of pitches to him. Rarely gets out early in counts, and he started swinging really early in counts after that red-hot start and really got patient once again. Because of it, it has paid off for him.
Yeah, saw one of those swings there on the 2-1 pitch that you saw. A few of them early on in the year, that undecided swing. Now 2-2, Slowick trying to retire a man to start an inning. That has only happened one time today. And Ayers shoots it back to the screen.
You just want base runners for Norwich. Keep adding on to your lead. Continue the habits that have been built from the start today. A red-hot start, that 5-run first inning, 7 over the first 2. All right, this is something to really build on.
Staying corrected. First man of the inning has not been retired until this point as Ayers strikes out. And now Westfield's in a good spot to start the 5th inning, and Kaufman will be next.
Yeah, Kaufman, a guy that just hasn't seen the ball well today. Struck out and walked. Better approach his last at-bat. But this should be a better matchup for him against the left-hander out there. Fisher throwing from the right side. Just can pick up the baseball a little bit better.
Kaufman, the California native, has his family here on the East Coast this week. And he swings wildly at strike 1.
Always fun to play in front of the family. Adds a little spark to your game.
Kaufman is entering his graduate year. He'll be at Fordham in the Metro Conference. So a few Metro Conference representatives. Carter Grand's over at Fairfield as well. C.J. Nolan at Sacred Heart. Huge representation at the Division I level. A lot of talent here on this roster, this infield especially. Fairfield will join the CAA, so Carter Grand and Kenny Noe will be opposing each other as they've been next to each other most of the year.
Yep.
Kaufman trying to have a better swing in 0-1. He sees it this time much better and takes it down low for ball 1.
Always a lot of fun when you play some former teammates in your spring season, or you play against your current teammates in the summer ball season as well. It makes for some great baseball memories.
1-1 Kaufman, sky high pop up. Out there is Sylvia who calls it off, and he drops the baseball. Oh my goodness. Sylvia had it in the glove and just simply dropped it. We went to put the second hand there. It couldn't do it in time, though. He might have lost it in the sun at the last second.
It's been that kind of day for this Westfield group. A blunder defensively and a real shot for Norwich to go and take advantage of it. And how about this man stepping up, Jake Hallett. Hit into that double play ball his last time up. But a chance against a left-hander to help extend this lead for Norwich.
Looking to do so. Howlett sees it down low. Kaufman read it well. He'll advance. So now back-to-back pitches where mistakes from Westfield have put a runner in scoring position for Norwich.
Yeah, no chance for Martell back there. That was spiked in the dirt. 59-footer. And quickly in scoring position is Taylor Kaufman. He runs well, too. You skip something through the right side, it could very well be 9-0.
Howlett already has a bases-clearing double that brought in 3. Trying to add one more to his line. This time it's on the ground at third, but foul.
Just a little too early on that swing. Another one of those off-speed pitches. Westfield has really worked backwards today, starting with those secondary pitches. And Norwich has really picked that up. This has to be a productive at-bat for Jake Howlett. And you know Bryce Miller wants a little redemption when he steps in there.
Miller will follow. As mentioned, he's struck out swinging twice on 2 changeups that were fantastic from Westfield pitching. However, it's Howlett trying to do the damage first. 1-1. And fouls it off straight back.
Good swing. He's right on that pitch. Again, belief in your ability at the plate. Howlett, a guy who's really picked it up offensively this month. Guys have a number of guys in this spot in the order. But it has been the consistency that's really been the question for the group.
Howlett will be a junior at Monmouth with Kenny Noe next year. Kaufman thought about going, that this time blocked well by Martell behind the plate. Maybe a little bit of distraction on the base paths. Doing everything right so far as Norwich. On the offensive side, however, made 2 errors, one by Matt Park, one by Kenny Noe. However, it hasn't mattered. It's 8-0. Howlett trying to add on.
That's all credit to Joe Pitts, not allowing those errors to blow up an inning.
Howlett swings and misses on a good 2-seam fastball by Slowick. Probably the best pitch of the night.
Yeah, really good pitch by him. And he punches out Howlett. But go back to your point. Norwich has committed the 2 errors defensively, but you go back to the last outing for Pitts. Well, an error in that second inning against Lowell transpired into 5 runs scoring, and that really ate up his night in Lowell far better today. And yes, the 5-run lead in the first helps you go about your business, but certainly a step in the right direction today.
Kaufman takes off. It doesn't matter, though. It's a hit and run. He had the base stolen easily. Martell had no chance on the slider. However, Bryce Miller flicks it over at the first base dugout and out of play.
I need a productive at-bat here from Miller. Struck out twice today, and he really looked fooled on both of those pitches. He's a much better hitter early in counts. That is when he is most aggressive. That's to spot something in his zone.
This time the check on Kaufman as Sylvia comes over on the throw from Slowick. Miller was really good to start it off. He actually started his offensive career here in Norwich, a single back up the middle. Has hit over 300 at times as well, but it's now down to 250. The 0-1. That's on the ground to shortstop. Ventrelli up and over. That throw is high, and it looks like he's going to be safe at first as Fox couldn't hold the bag. It looked like he got down in time. However, Miller legs it out, says the first base umpire. We'll take another look.
Well, either way, this defense today for Westfield has really made things challenging. It's a high chopper over there at short. Ventrell handles it well. That's a high throw, and because of it, having to reach up for that to try and corral it is Fox at first. Maybe a little distraction with the base runner Kaufman going second to third on the contact there, but how about a chance for Noe to produce another run? He has been excellent, 3 for 3. What a day for him so far.
Pair of doubles and a single. No, we try to add on to his perfect day. That ball's on a line in the left field, and it's over the head of Raymond. 1 run is in. Kaufman struts home. Miller's being sent by Colby Reggio. Noe pulls in a second. The throw to the plate is not in time. Noe trying to advance to third base. However, he is going to be out at third base as the tag is on by Cervoni. However, 10 runs are now on the board. That's going to count as Miller crossed the plate first. Norwich has put up double digits on Westfield on a Sunday afternoon. You're watching Futures League Baseball on YouTube and SNSN Sports.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Dodd Stadium. Norwich offense has been on attack all day. 5 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. They've been money. Speaking of money, my time is up with you on the play-by-play side of it. You're back with Adam Blager. Adam, take it away.
How about the afternoon for Joe Pitts? 5 no-hit innings today, and boy, was he good for the Sea Unicorns. Sean Flannery will enter, and he is working with a 10-0 lead. Kenny Noe walloping a double over the head of Wyatt Raymond. And boy, this Norwich offense is jumping today. Lead at 10-0, 10 runs on 12 hits. And the 2 errors committed by both sides. New arm is Sean Flannery, make his 11th appearance of the summer, 2-2 record. 2 saves as well, 13 in a third innings, 4.73. His ERA for the riser, headed to Yukon. Played his final year at Choate Rosemary Hall Prep School in Wallingford, Connecticut. That last outing for Flannery was back on July 14th, an inning and 2/3. He did not allow any earned runs to score, but 2 did cross the plate. He can rack up the strikeouts. 17 punch-outs this summer for Flannery to the 10 walks. And, boy, you just have to command the strike zone. Plus fastball, but he has got to get ahead early in counts. He's really run into his difficulties when he has started to lose command of the zone, and then has been really hit well when he has entered that strike zone again. And that's all a part of the development plan for Flannery, and totally different coming out of high school to collegiate level hitting. Cannot allow yourself to fall behind deep in counts.
Yeah, you really can, and that's going to be the difference for him. Does he have an off-speed pitch that's going to be able to play as well?
Raymond, count is even on him. 1 ball, 1 strike. He has been victimized in left field today. And Norwich has made him pay, and the Westfield group, who trail by 10. Flannery's 1-1 home. That's all over the inside corner, 1-2.
Yeah.
Well, you know when Flannery's going well, his composure on the rubber, but his mechanics. Like, everything was fluid on that pitch, and he was all over the strike zone. Ahead of ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. This is lifted in the air, right field. Taylor Kaufman sizes it up, and the leadoff man set down in the Westfield 6th inning.
Yeah, sure is, Raymond. Just a tough day all around. He's been retired now for the 3rd time. And as Adam, you mentioned, the defense out there has been less than stellar.
Yeah, it's really faltered today for Westfield, and arguably could have more errors on the board.
Should.
Here is the left-handed hitting Nick Fox. He is walked, and he is also grounded into a double play. Flannery's pitch. There is that breaking ball. Stays upstairs, 1-0.
That's going to be the pitch he's going to have to develop here in the later stages of the summer. Either change up, a slider, something slower.
This is jammed foul. That fastball has been really good. It's topped out at 95 in the spring. And he racked up the Ks, over 80 strikeouts this past spring. But a lot of it was because of his fastball. And he just blew away hitters in the knapsack. The pitch home, sliced back foul, 1-2.
You got your hands full here with Fox. Really powerful left-handed first baseman. Can use the field. It's exactly what he's trying to do right now. Hit it in the direction over there of JP out in left. And especially that left side of the infield, who has made 2 of the errors so far for Norwich.
The 1-2 pitch. Good off-speed pitch. Fox just able to get a piece of it to foul it back. Fox playing his college ball at Central Connecticut State. A soon-to-be sophomore there. Back of the lefty box on 1-2. Outside fastball, 2-2.
That's a good miss in that situation. Make it enticing enough for the possible swing, or you set something up. That changeup set up beautifully right now if he wants to go to it.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The offering to the plate on the ground, softly hit. Nolan comes racing in. It's going to be a tough play at first. He makes it in time. C.J. Nolan picks up Sean Flannery. 2 up, 2 down for the Yukon Riser.
This is the toughest play in the book for any infielder, coming in on a slow, dying ground ball. The only option for C.J. Nolan was the bare hand. Did it beautifully, got a good grip on the baseball. Nice and easy for Howlett to control over at first base.
2 away for Vance Bonnior. He'll dig into the righty box. Fans, Griswold Pride. Pride stands for the partnership to reduce the influence of drugs for everyone. Check out their Facebook page for information. That's Griswold Pride. Norwich holding on to a commanding 10-run lead. The pitch, fastball at the top for a strike. Flannery has been working efficiently today. A big part of it has been his fastball command. Here is his 0-1. Down and away, breaking ball, 1-1.
Westfield offense has been completely silenced today. Gonna look at the scoreboard.
Even count. Flannery working quickly today. His 1-1. That's on the outside corner. And how about the bite to the heater on the UMass product, Vance Bonnior? When he is going well, he can just dot the edges with that two-seamer. The pitch, that's outside.
Yeah, that's more of a four-seam grip in that situation. Didn't even give it a chance, and that's where the development's going to come. Can you develop a secondary pitch that you can use effectively? And number 2 is the mechanical side of things.
Bonnior out of Bethesda, Maryland. The pitch reaches out, and he just pokes it foul. He attended Johnson High School in Bethesda, where he was the team captain his senior year. 2-time first-team All-Region honoree at the high school level. At 250 this past spring at UMass. Right back to the mesh. 2-2. He was right on that one.
Sure was. In the first handful of pitches as that bat, he did not look comfortable. Flannery's trying to work fast on purpose to keep Bonnior off balance.
Bonnior, a two-way, also a right-handed pitcher. He's playing the corner outfield spot today. On 2-2, this is roped foul. He brought his hands in that time.
Huge advantage to be a pitcher in a situation where you're in a 2-strike count. You're able to think the game a little bit. What would you do in this situation? What would your catcher call? It gives you a little bit more of an advantage.
Bonnior trying to play along here with Flannery. The 2-2. He reached out. He did not go around. Boy, it looked like he crossed the plane. See if we get a look on our replay view. Boy, Flannery thought he should be in the dugout right now. Counts full.
Sure he did. Bonnior definitely went around.
Wow.
He broke those hands.
That's missed.
That is a missed call over at first base.
So Flannery trying to spot his 4th strike of the at-bat. He gets a pop-up in the air. In foul ground, Hallett will watch it fall into the bleachers down the right side. Flannery really has to fight here with the 3-2 count. Should have had his 18th punch out of the summer. Instead, have to try it again. Right on right matchup. Flannery from the full windup. His 3-2 pitch. Just getting a piece of that breaking ball. Maybe his best one yet.
Yeah, a really good pitch from Flannery, but a lot of credit to Vance Bonnior. Did not compete in his first 2 at-bats. A strikeout, and he reached on an error on a poorly hit ball, but this at-bat has been fantastic from him.
He's in the cleanup spot today for Westfield. This 3-2 pitch reaches out and swats it foul. Good battle right now between Bonnior and Flannery. We'll see the 8th between these two. And that extra life granted to Bonnior. He has done a lot with it. He's fought off some really tough pitches. The 3-2. That hit him inside. Just lost command of that fastball. And Bonnior wearing it on his left shoulder. 2-out man on. It'll bring up the DH, Maury Freed.
Freed so far today has been held at bay. He rolled over to C.J. Nolan in the second, and a little bit further to the left side of the infield, Kenny Noe made a play on him as well.
So Flannery unable to win that battle with Bonnior, and give him a credit. Best plate appearance today, breaking ball at the top for a called strike. Freed is grounded out in both of his plate appearances over at second and short. Norwich in standard depth defensively. Final game before the break for both clubs. In the air, out to right field. It's carrying out there, and it just cruises foul. Boy, that was scary. It's a long strike, too, from Freed.
That's a huge pitch for a lot of reasons. Freed does a good job staying back, just pokes it where it's pitched. Kaufman gave run to it. It was outside the foul ball by less than 5 feet.
They have to wipe him away here. Freed is on that fastball.
Slider.
See what Bryce Miller will put down for his battery mate Flannery, who will hit in the home run derby in Nashua. There is that breaking ball on the ground to first. And Maury Freed is going to pack up his bags. And
I believe they called a foul ball.
Wow. Another break.
It was true, though. I think that one was legit foul ball. Howlett, if you see where his glove is, the ball is on the dugout side of the line. So that was fine. Big day in the world of sports today. World Cup final starts here in about 20 minutes. Argentina and Spain.
Who are you taking?
I'll take it's hard to bet against Messi. Lamine Yamal, though, has been nothing short of incredible in this World Cup.
The 0-2 pitch. That's in there. He struck him out. John Flannery, by way of the K, has a clean 6th inning. The home half is on the other side.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Well, thank you, Ben, and great job, Eli. Almost.
No. He was out of the room.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning here this afternoon. Norwich on top 10-0 over the Westfield Starfires, and it has been a good day all around for Norwich. They are out hitting this Westfield group. 12 hits today for Norwich. They have caught some benefit on some awkward routes taken by the Westfield outfield. Both sides committing a couple of errors defensively. And they'll stick with their left-hander Slowick on the rubber. It's 2, 3, and 4 for Norwich in the 6th. Fans, just 2 more Friday night firework nights here at Dodd Stadium. It's thanks to our friends at Liberty Bank. Friday, July 24th against the Nashua Silver Knights. 6:30 first pitch for that ball game. And finally, Friday, July 31st. That's also our K-Cancer Night. The Sea Unicorns will don specialty jerseys thanks to the Echo Foundation. Both games are at 6:30 here. Go SeaUnicorns.com for all your ticketing information. Here is Bayer. He's 2 for 3 today. The pitch. Wave and a miss on a wipeout breaking ball.
Yeah, this has been a good part of the lineup so far today. 2, 3, and 4, 6 hits between Bayer, Park, and Powers. They've also divvied that up equally. Done a really good job of just putting the ball in play.
From the stretch on the first base side of the hill, the pitch home. That tied up Bayer is muscled into right field. Leadoff knock. Make it a 3-hit ball game for TJ. Norwich starts the train in the 6th against Slowick.
Yeah, almost like we took a page out of Vermont's book over the last couple of days. We've been using that right field area or anything in the opposite field for the lefties as well all day long, whether it's the gaps, whether it's just those drop-in singles. It's been great pieces of hitting throughout the day.
Certainly much needed for this group, trying to get back in the hunt here for this playoff race. They picked up a half game on Nashua yesterday, who fell to the Starfires. In the air, out to right center field. This is trouble in the alley. It is Armenia sliding. He can't come up with it. It leaks around him. Working corner to corner is Bayer. It's double rocked off the bat of Matt Park. His third hit of the ball game, his second double, and what a day for the Quinnipiac Bobcat.
Yeah, huge day for Matt Park here. Armenia's chasing after it again, gives it another good bid, similar to what he did earlier on in the game. And Matt Park had to slow it second because Bayer had to wait at first for the ball to drop.
It is now 14 hits today for Norwich. They are one off a season high that was set on Wednesday in Lowell. Here is Jackson Powers, and the infield defense comes right in for Paul Bonfiglio's group. The pitch to Powers. Down and away. Looked like a slurve.
Yeah, that slurve has been used a lot. Powers saw that from Slowick in his previous at-bat that he struck out against. However, he struck out against the fastball.
Count is 1-0 on Powers. Left-on-left matchup. The pitch. Down and away, 2-0. Powers, as you mentioned, 2 for 3 today. Couple of base knocks and that swinging strikeout against Slowick, who won that south side matchup. Hitters count for Powers. Slowick's 2-0. That's at the knees, bottom shelf, heater.
Yeah, well done from Slowick, trying to get one back himself. Trying to keep this relatively manageable. However, 2 runners in scoring position. Bayer leads from third. Park is at second base.
From the stretch is the Westfield left-hander. On the ground, softly hit to short. Ventrell will whip it across, and that'll hold both base runners. Here is C.J. Nolan. Fans, let the Burns Agency simplify your insurance needs. Go to theburnsagency.com to find out more. The Burns Agency, now part of Hub International. Paul Bonfiglio is going to make a call to the bullpen, so CJ will wait to face another arm. He'll bring in a right-hander for this matchup. Take a break, step aside. We'll meet the new arm when we come back.
Own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partner.
Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at seaunicorns.milbstore.com. That's seaunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long. Slowick departs for the right-hander Jaden Ortiz. He'll take the baseball. Two-way player headed to Franklin Pierce out of Auburn, Massachusetts. 6'1", 195. Logan, what should we know about the young right-hander?
Yeah, young right-hander's got a good fastball, good changeup as well. Last pitch July 16th at Worcester in a 15-9 loss, an inning and a third, and 2 hits given up.
Here is C.J. Nolan. Norwich trying to increase their lead here today. Lead 10-0 against the Starfires in what has been a vibrant day for the Norwich Bats and a great bounce-back effort after a tough series over Thursday and Friday against Vermont. And they are atop the pack and rolling, heading towards this All-Star break. Take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard here on this Sunday afternoon. It is scoreless. Top of the first inning, the Bees and the Bravehearts at Fitton Field. CJ lifts one foul and out of play. And the Nashua Silver Knights and Vermont Lake Monsters just getting going that ball game in the first inning at Centennial Field. Nashua and Vermont just beginning their doubleheader here today. From the stretch is Ortiz. His offering down and away, 2-1. So right on right matchup. And that is exactly why Ortiz was brought in here. Men are at second and third. And CJ trying to deliver. He's walked, grounded out, and popped out today. Has an RBI. Sky high. Moving back at second is Sylvia. Towards the lip of the outfield. Grass makes the grab on it. And this will return the Westfield defensive alignment to standard depth, 2 away. Here is the DH, Henry Ayers. So Norwich, after having runners at second and third to begin the inning, in danger of stranding both. And Ayers trying to pick up the Norwich offense.
Be big hit here.
Really would love to stretch this lead out. The pitch up and away, 1-0. Norwich has scored runs in all but one inning. Just a clean third from Westfield pitching today. Ortiz from the stretch. Martell set up outside. It's downstairs for ball 2. Ayers today has popped out a single to center field and struck out his last time against the left-hander Slowick. Ortiz is set. Here is the 2-0. This is on a hop to third. Tossed across the diamond by Cervoni. And the Starfires work out of early inning traffic. We go to the 7th. It is 10-0 Norwich on the Futures League Network. We're streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
Back here at Dodd Stadium for the 7th inning here. Looks like Jack Scholes is going to be in there.
The All-Star representative for Norwich, and the Sea Unicorns used him earlier on this week against the Lake Monsters. Went 2 2/3 that outing against Vermont. It is the All-Star out of Catholic University, Jack Scholes, trying to tie a bow here in this 7th inning. He will be greeted by the catcher Logan Martell, the third baseman Mike Cervoni, and the second baseman Cole Sylvia. Norwich trying to wrap things up early today. Schultz, a guy who has been used in a lot of high leverage situations, certainly one of the mop-up duties here today. But Norwich trying to get ready for that All-Star break a little bit sooner. How do you maintain that focus?
Yeah, you just got to be composed. There's nothing to lose here. Continue to throw strikes and see what happens.
We head toward the finish line, and we always do that with our good friends at Highway Campers. Home is where you park it. That's the motto for Highway Campers on Route 12 in Plainfield. Family owned since 1967. Camping season is here. Check out their inventory of new and used campers and park models at highwaycampers.com. Remember, home is where you park it.
Sure is. Trying to keep this Westfield offense parked as well.
Here is Martell, right on left. Is the start to this inning. In the air, popped up foul. First pitch strikes are everything. That doesn't matter. Big lead, close game. It's all about building habits the right way. Norwich will be down to their final 15 games of the summer following the conclusion of this one. Here's the 0-1. Tapper back for strike 2.
That's what Scholes has done all year. It's mixed pitches, fastballs, changeups. Everything's away from hitters more often than not as well.
Scholes will represent Norwich at the All-Star game on Tuesday. Scholes from the first base side, the 0-2 in the air, popped him up, center field. T.J. Bayer surrounding it, makes the catch on it. There's one out.
Good pitching there from Scholes to attack early.
You have to just continue to pump the zone here. And Scholes is doing exactly that. One gone. Here is Mike Cervoni. Norwich got 5 shutout innings today from their starter Joe Pitts, his best outing of the summer. Cervoni on the ground, chopped to short. Kenny Noe, one pitch is all that's needed to take care of Cervoni. There are 2 outs in the Starfires' 7th inning. Here is the second baseman, Cole Sylvia. He's batting here with 2 outs in the Starfires' 7th inning. And Scholes pitching to contact. And that has been what the doctor has ordered today. Strong defense behind the pitching staff. Here's the pitch from Scholes. Breaks away outside, ball 1. Norwich coming out of the All-Star break. It's a 3-game homestand, and those are huge games. Nashua, New Britain, and Lowell, and it will be a doubleheader next Sunday. The pitch from Scholes, inside heater. Boy, this playoff race continuing to tighten up. And these are wins you have to bank if you're Norwich. They all become magnified, and especially against playoff-bound teams. Down and away, 2-1. That was a tough series for Norwich, and one you have to turn the page quickly. And that 5-run first, exactly what you needed to turn that page and pick up that 20th win of the summer. The 2-1. Inside, 3-1. Good pitch from Scholes. It would have tied up Sylvia. He has grounded out and walked today. Just the 2 base runners for Westfield. Scholes is working from the stretch on 3-1. That's taken at the knees. Good pitch from the Norwich right-hander. And the count is run full. It is 3-2 on the second-year Starfire, Cole Sylvia. Crowd making some noise, trying to provide a little energy behind Scholes' 3-2 pitch. It is tapped foul. Just getting a piece of it is the righty bat of Sylvia. Keep this at bat going. I mean, credit to the coaching staff, keeping things positive with the group. You have to stay light. Peaks and valleys throughout a summer. But how you prepare, how you go about your business. Here's the 3-2. Outside, he lost him. Just fell off the rubber on the first base side. Keep this inning alive. Here is Anthony Armenia. A complete day for Norwich's offense. 14 hits. That set the tone, and that is a big part. That's a huge element. How you start games, the energy you bring from the outset, and a really good energy. Passing the bat early, getting quick outs. First pitch home, good off-speed pitch from Scholes. Tags the outer edge. When Norwich is at their best, arguably the best team in the Futures League. Here's the 0-1. On the ground, going to be a tough play. That is going to leak through the right side of the infield. See how they're going to score that play. Came with 2 outs in the inning, and that is going to end the bid today for Norwich pitching, trying to no-hit Westfield. Comes with 2 outs in this 7th inning, 6 2/3 of no-hit baseball. Boy, if Howlett was playing at his prototypical spot at first, but he had to hold on that base runner, and CJ nowhere near it. There are 2 on with 2 outs. Here is the leadoff man, Ryan Ventrell. Slices one foul off the luxury suite deck. So it is Armenia who breaks up the no-hit bid today. Norwich trying to finish it off here. The 0-1 inside, 1-1. Different spot for Scholes than one we normally see him in. A guy that has 4 saves this summer. Here's the 1-1 outside, 2-1. Oh, you see Scholes now just trying to really pump him in there, and Zach Gitcher's going to race out to the rubber here and try and settle in his right-hander Jack Scholes. Fans, just one more. Sunday Funday remains at Dodd Stadium. It is next Sunday. It is a doubleheader. We're going to double the fun. Twice as nice here in Norwich. It is against the Lowell Spinners. Children 12 and under are invited onto the field following the ball game to have a catch in the outfield and run the bases, thanks to our good friends at New London Public Schools. Magnet Pathways, our first pitch for Game 1, scheduled for 1 o'clock Eastern. Go SeaUnicorns.com for your tickets. Scholes' 2-1 pitch. That's downstairs for ball 3. Just missed. Oh, and all of a sudden, Scholes in danger of walking the bases loaded. Oh, a big pitch here with Ventrell, who is 0 for 3, has grounded out, struck out, and hit into a double play. Scholes has brought the count full. Another 3-2 offering on the way. And Scholes trying to deliver one more strike. On 3-2, it is in the air down the left field side. That is cruising way foul. Out on the berm down the left field side. Norwich up 10-0. 10 runs on 14 hits, 2 errors. And the Starfires blanked on 1 hit, and it just came off the bat of Armenia. It was softly poked up the right side out of the reach of Howlett. It is full on Ryan Ventrell, the riser to Notre Dame. Scholes' full count pitch misses for ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Wyatt Raymond. So a couple of walks issued this inning from Scholes. That is where Norwich pitching has run into trouble. Now Westfield hasn't had to earn their bases. Credit Armenia with that base hit. He's fighting his way on, but the free passes have set up a dangerous spot for Wyatt Raymond. Here's the pitch. That's just below the knees, 1-0. Raymond today has grounded out on a comebacker, lined out, and flied out. Count is 1-0 on the left fielder. Backed up inside, 2-0. And all of a sudden, they are tightening here on Scholes. Some movement in the Westfield bullpen. Norwich has a man up. Scholes trying to end the 7th inning here. The 2-0. This is in the air, popped up foul. Scholes has a plus fastball, but it all works off a really good changeup and slider combo. On 2-1. That's just outside, 3-1. Hitters count here for the lefty batter at the plate, in the air, popped him up. That is going to go camping in the seats, and the count is full. So Scholes again in another deep count. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes on Wyatt Richmond. He's in left field today. Wyatt Raymond, excuse me, out of Columbia and Charlottesville, Virginia. Here's the full count pitch off the end of the bat. It is foul.
So this battle continuing here. And Schultz has had to expend a lot of pitches in this 7th inning. Norwich leading by 10. Schultz's full count pitch home just off the front foot of Raymond. On deck is Fox should the inning continue. Runners are everywhere. Ventrell is over at second, Armenia at first. Check that. Ventrell. And a swing and a miss, and Jack Schultz ends the ball game there. So Norwich wins it by way of the mercy rule. Say goodnight to the Starfires. It's win number 20 of the summer for the Unicorns. Just the one hit today for the Westfield offense. And Norwich finishes them off a 10-0 shutout victory as they head into the All-Star break. Big win here today for Norwich. And they draw back to 4 games back of 500. It was a big day for Kenny Noe. 3 doubles socked off his bat, and the Unicorns power their way to a big win over the Westfield Starfires. 5-2 now this summer over Westfield. Logan Rundy is standing downstairs with our player of the game, and Jack Schultz come back with a huge strikeout of Raymond to end things after the bases became full. And credit Westfield, really fought there in that 7th inning to make things interesting. And Norwich ultimately wins it here today by a 10-0 final score. Unicorns had hits from all sources with 7 of the 9 starters today recording a hit. Logan Rundy is waiting downstairs with Kenny Noe. Let's send it down to Logan.
Thanks, Adam. Here with Kenny Noe. Kenny had 3 doubles today, added on a single as well. But I want to talk about the group offensive attack. To put up this performance right before the All-Star break and after the events that happened on Thursday and Friday where the offense was slowed against Vermont, how do you transition this into the second half?
Yeah, we're going into the All-Star break now. Just finished off strong. Now we get a nice break. Everyone's got a nice break, right? We just had that day off technically yesterday, and everyone was well rested. We'll have 4 days to be well rested again, and we're to come out strong, firing on all cylinders,
Also the pitching, just 1 hit today. Pitts, Flannery, and then Jack Schultz finished off in the 7th inning. For those 3 guys to put on the performance they did right before the All-Star break, how does that also transition the mentality for this group going into the second half as well?
1 word, and then I'll go on. Unreal job. And then, just going into the break, we've got guys that just throw strikes. Like, guys get themselves out. We'll be fine going to the break, and just the momentum of all the pitchers to have that confidence is exactly what we need. And they threw the hell out of the ball today, and it was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge win here to end the homestand and the first half. Adam, what a way to close it out.
Hey, what a way to get it done here today. 10-0. The Unicorns take down the Westfield Starfires. It's good for their 20th win of the summer, improved to 20-24 through their first 44 contests. The All-Star break is coming up, but right after this, it's the Unicorns post-game wrap up a fun one on our Sunday Funday at Dodd Stadium.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes. Especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partnership.
It's an emphatic shutout victory, 10-0 over the Westfield Starfires, as the Sea Unicorns go into the All-Star break happy, but more importantly, snap a 2-game slide in a very different-looking Sea Unicorns offense than the one we saw the last couple of nights. How about we throw it to that first inning here today? Boy, everything was going right.
Yeah, it sure was. The pitching from Joe Pitts was great to start with, and the offense got rolling right afterwards.
Joe Pitts was awesome today. We'll get into him in a moment, but this offense from all sources today, like Kenny Noe started it out, and then the hits just kept on coming and coming. And how about we go to our big one of the inning, Jake Howlett. It is good for today's DB Lund. We're feeling electric play of the game. Boy, what a swing for him, and you said it may be his best at-bat of the summer.
Yeah, I really thought it was. I think he got fooled a couple of pitches early on in the at-bat, sat on a changeup, adjusted like a professional hitter does, put that right through the left center gap. It was a beautiful piece of hitting, and then he clears the bases on top of that.
The first 5 innings were the Joe show today, no doubt about it. 5 innings of no-hit baseball, and he did not need the strikeouts today. Played to the contact, and the defense behind him did not fail.
Yeah, I really thought he was good all day. The first inning, he set the tone. Then 5 runs were put up by the Norwich offense, and then he was able to roll. He works best with a lead, as any pitcher does, being able to attack the strike zone in a variety of different ways. I thought the fastball was the best I've seen all year.
Yeah, I thought it was, absolutely. Kenny Noe, what a day for him. And he starts this order, and he's such a catalyst for the offense. He set the tone from the very first at-bat. What did you see from him?
Well, number one, he hustled out of the box on every single at-bat. That double very easily could have been a single, and that sets the tone for the game. If you don't leg that out, how do you find a way to manufacture offense? You already have a runner in scoring position. Then you give hitters 2, 3, 4, and eventually it was Howlett in that spot being able to pick up at the end of the inning as well. 5 runs in the inning. You would think the game was out of reach at that point, and it certainly was.
It certainly was. A lot of the offense, it's so much fun when you score 10 runs and you do it on 14 hits. I know there were 2 errors committed defensively, but you need your defense to show up behind you. I thought they did today for Norwich.
Yeah, there were 2 errors defensively, and I think there were tougher plays. The one to Matt Bark was much tougher than people think on that weird hop. Kenny Noe, same thing, just the ball got away from him a little bit, and it happens. That's fine, but if you put runs on the board, you can minimize the effects of that. When you don't have the offense on top of the errors on defense, that's where the problems come in.
No doubt about that. Winning pitcher today for the Sea Unicorns is Joe Pitts, and the loss to the All-Star Cam Fisher, a stretch where Norwich went back-to-back against All-Star starters. What was the difference today against Fisher than the Vermont All-Stars they saw earlier in the week?
Yeah, I think it was an earlier attack probably on in the strike zone, and I also think they were rested. You know, when you play all these games in a row, they didn't have an off day until that point when they saw Vermont, and they were on the road in Lowell the night before. You see 2 all-star pitchers. It's harder to stay concentrated. Yesterday ended up being an off day, and kind of a good way for the guys to get to know each other a little bit better, blend in, and I really thought the effects of that was shown right off the bat today.
Sean Flannery pitched the 6th inning. I thought one of his best outings. Always a lot easier to settle in, no doubt, when you are pitching with a large lead out there. What'd you see from the Norwich right-hander?
I thought his off-speed stuff was there today. I didn't think it was the previous 2 outings for him. The fastball's always there. It's always in and around the zone. But the changeup, the slider, I really thought he did a good job using those pitches and controlling them simultaneously.
Jack Scholes sealed the victory. It was not an easy road for him in that 7th inning. Difference in the at-bats for Westfield. They forced a lot of deep counts from Scholes, and a lot of them went into a 3-2 situation.
Yeah, and both of those 3-2 situations ended up being walks as well. So Jack Scholes put himself in a little bit more trouble than he had to. However, he's one of the best pitchers, at least on the backside of the bullpen here in the Futures League, and he showed why as he battled through it.
No doubt about that. We'll take our timeout here on the Sea Unicorns post-game wrap-up. On the other side, we will meet our Capital Property Group player of the game and preview the second half right after this.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
Adam Plager, Logan Rundy with you. We are wrapping things up on this Unicorns postgame wrap-up. A fun one today. Norwich winners 10-0. A Mercy Rule victory over the Westfield Starfires. 20-24 now is Norwich. A big win, a desperately needed one, and they got it. Thanks in large part to our Capital Property Group player of the game, Kenny Noe. How are you doing? Kenny, yes, 4 for 4.
Yeah, 4 for 4, 3 doubles included in that. Was able to get 6 bases off those doubles and then at 7 offensive bases there. What an incredible performance. The one you need from the top of your lineup and your all-star.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Certainly an all-star performance from Kenny Noe. That concludes the first half of the season. Certainly well beyond the halfway marker, but this all-star break comes at a time where Norwich is going to get even more rest, and this group is very good, as many are when they receive the rest they need. That rain out, I thought, came at a beneficial time for this group. Reset things, and they came back ready to go today.
Yeah, they were really good today. It's about going to be on the other side of the break. How do you pick it back up? You have 3 here at home to start it, and then you hit the road. It's going to be a really interesting weekend series next weekend.
Well, let's talk about that upcoming schedule for Norwich. Lots of home games, but also a doubleheader next Sunday against the Lowell Spinners. Boy, is that going to be a big one, but even bigger is the first one out of the break next Friday at 6:30. The Nashua Silver Knights. Boy, that's one you have to get.
You have to get it, and it's 3 opponents over the weekend here that have given this team fits for the first half. Whether it be Nashua on Friday night, New Britain, we haven't seen them in a while. They gave us fits early on. That'll be on Saturday. That'll be Christmas in July. And then a Sunday doubleheader against the Lowell team that you were able to come out and beat on Wednesday. However, for the most part of the year, it's been all Lowell in that matchup.
It has been all Lowell in that matchup, and they are a tantalizing offense, as we always see in the Futures League. Players come and go, so we will see who is with Norwich and every other team after the All-Star break. Well, that certainly will play a factor into things, but more importantly, you have to control the controllables.
You do. You have to control what you have on your roster. Use those guys the best you can if your manager's Zach Gitcher. And the guys on the roster have to play at a probably elite level here to make a postseason push.
No doubt about that. That is going to wrap up our coverage here on this Sunday Funday. Sea Unicorns winners 10-0. Here against the Westfield Starfires. For all of our broadcast production crew, Nick DeRue, our broadcast producer and engineer, Evan Olenson, Mark Benway, Mike Minarski on the camera, my broadcast partner, Logan Rundy, I'm Adam Plager saying Have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the All-Star break, and we'll talk to all of you next Friday when the Sea Unicorns play host to the Nashua Silver Knights. It is on July 24th. Our coverage begins at 6 o'clock, as always. First pitch, 6:30 local time.
Own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and